All right, bang. Today is Tuesday. It's June 3rd. Welcome to the Dog Walk presented by Barstool Sports. Snake Draft Tuesday. We are joined in studio by Mook and Tate. Today we'll be drafting hills that I will die on.
That's a good topic. I'm excited for this.
Yeah, listen, big or small, doesn't have to be crazy. It's not like the hot take draft.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure some of them will be hot takes.
It will be hot takes.
Can be, yes. Well, welcome in, boys. Mook, feel like it's been a bit.
I know. I'm pumped to be back. And you texted me this topic, and I'm pumped about it because I think all of us are physically going to die on a hill one day. So it's good to talk about the mental side of it.
Yeah.
True. Tate?
We haven't seen you since you outed White Sox Dave as being a misogynist asshole.
Yeah.
And that's one on my list. Therapy is bullshit.
You can't tip picks. That was going to be my first pick, but welcome. Mook.
Mine's going to be White Sox Dave is not a misogynist asshole.
Ooh,
Just a regular asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same asshole to everybody.
Fair. Very fair.
Yeah.
In spite of what coworkers have said on the internet in recent
What they've
weeks.
claimed.
Mook, you kind of got him in trouble a little bit.
Yeah?
I think so.
With who?
I
With
wouldn't-
whom?
You didn't see this?
No.
Oh, Kelly Keegs.
A couple
went
weeks
hard.
late now. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I sat back and watched that and said, this worked.
Yeah.
I didn't get into the mud. I just saw the quote tweet and
You
all
just
the
watched
engagement.
the flames.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said I did a good job.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pat yourself on the back.
Retweet it a little more.
Yeah.
Best of.
I like it from every
Exactly, yeah. Like any other women
Watch the
wanna-
full episode to see
Yeah.
other things White Sox Dave
Yeah.
said. Other offensive things.
Any other women want to weigh in?
Yeah.
The other time I was here, we did the Redheads draft.
We did.
Yeah.
And I found the Gingers Have No Souls kid, and now we're in contact.
Oh,
nice.
sick.
Yeah, he watched it because I'm trying to get him on my show, and he was like, "Did you call me Pearl Harbor on this podcast?" I was like, "Not you specifically, but the action."
Of what happened.
Yeah. So
All right, we could just get into the order here and get on our way. Mook. Jacob has number 1 through 5 behind his back. What number is it?
4.
Yes,
Wow. Was it 4, Jacob?
it was. I
All
swear to
right,
God.
you're not a lying man.
I
all
do
right.
trust him, like, no matter what he says.
yeah,
He's very pure.
Yeah. What do you want?
is it
You
a
pick-
faux pas to go first?
No, not at all.
Give me one.
All right.
I'll lead it off.
1 through 4. Tate.
3.
Oh,
Wow.
Get the fuck out of here.
I swear.
I'm going to go spot 3.
All right. 1 through 3. Chief, no pressure.
2.
1.
You
switched
shouldn't
it
have. Yeah.
All right. 1 through 3. Why are you laughing? Does he show it?
You don't show.
Not supposed to show.
You think
Jacob.
Dave will get that?
Now,
Oh, I'm
now,
sorry.
Now you gotta-
Jacob, you have provided a distinct disadvantage for White Sox. Some will say.
I know what it was. Is he going to change it?
He has to change
We'll
it.
see. 1
No,
through 3.
I pulled out the number that they said.
Yeah, I know. He didn't get it.
Right, but so I got it
Oh.
wrong.
No,
You're
I
supposed
gotta
to
guess
leave
it.
I
Yeah.
see how I fucked up. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Now
okay.
you're taking his chances away. He had a 50% chance. Now he doesn't. 1 through 3 to White Sox, Dave.
1.
Yeah.
That was bullshit. That was bullshit.
was it one?
I don't think he had anything in his head.
Yeah, I think he was going to give it to you no matter what.
I don't think that. I just don't think he had
Jacob's in
anything.
a
And then I
blender.
said something.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, fuck.
I am in a blender. I made a mistake, and now I can't think about anything else.
Jacob, it's not that big of a deal.
Okay.
There is a lot of pressure.
Is it actually 1?
It was 2.
What are you doing?
All right, 1 through 3. All right, now we're resetting
Okay, 1 through 3.
to Eddie.
1 through 3?
Well,
To Eddie.
okay.
I never even got a guess.
You did. You got it wrong.
But he said I got it right.
But he lied.
What if he was lying about lying?
lied.
Then this is why we need a reset.
All right, 1 through 3 to me. 2. Okay.
Oh, this is absurd.
Thank you.
This is absurd.
I will take the 4th slot. 1 or 2 to Chief.
2.
Yes or no?
Yes?
Dude,
The 2? I don't know
think it
what's
was
going
3.
on.
Or I don't think that was it.
I'll go 5th.
All right.
I'll go 2nd. That's fine.
You
I
don't
owe
have
the
a
people an
choice.
apology, and I owe an apology to Lance. I messed this up.
That's all right. We just let's go grind the tape. Let's go listen to past, and you'll get the hang
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah.
Still learning.
Yeah. Okay, so the order is Mook, White Sox, Dave, Tate. Eddie Chief. Before we get into it, though, I want to talk about Game Time. The NHL playoffs are actually the Stanley Cup Final. Chief, pull up a ticket. How much can people get into the door? I'd like to know.
Well, Nicky Smokes, that fucker, is he's going to games 3 and 4 down in Florida.
Oh, nice.
I'm sure he's using the
Game Time app.
Official
ticketing partner, Barstool Sports. Killer last-minute deals, all-in prices, views from your seat, and their lowest price guarantee. Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying NHL playoff tickets. Price in the app actually go down the closer it gets the puck drop. You can save up to 60% when buying last-minute tickets. What are those tickets going for?
Game Time is the best place to get in. Right now, game is on Wednesday. Right now, it's $544 as to get in. Lower bowl for $1,000. So if you're looking to get in, this is the way to get in.
Yeah, I mean, it's Stanley Cup Finals.
Yeah, and it's a rematch.
Yep.
Dynasty talk on the line. Third final.
Connor McDavid.
Big stars, Barkov to Chuck. Their third
Bennett.
finals appearance in a row. So
yeah, take the guesswork out of buying NHL Stanley Cup Final tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use code DOGWALK for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code DOGWALK for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. What time is it? Game Time. All right, without further ado, Mook, you are on the clock.
All right. Started off, this one is important to me. Where's the camera's right there?
Yeah, maybe you got a cross shot.
You don't have autism, you just have hobbies. Okay, I'm tired of people claiming like, oh, dude, I'm like so autistic. I love World War II and like I can't get enough. Dude, it's okay to have a hobby. You don't have a disorder just because you like certain things and you get excited about certain things and you care about certain things. You just have hobbies. Hobbies are healthy. Stop claiming autism when you don't have it.
I like this one.
But I do feel like it's only certain hobbies that the claims take place on.
I hear autism as a swap out now for interests.
I agree.
Like I'm
Really?
autistic.
Yeah,
for
just
this.
like like he can regurgitate facts about this like
He's
random
autistic,
thing.
yeah.
It's like no, that's what he's interested in.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
It's a good point.
What about a guy like KB?
that's a special case.
That was my question too.
Isn't
Now-
Dana Beers like a great like Dana Beers when you guys do these like niche categories on the dozen, he can name you where so and so went to college.
Yeah.
Dana Beers likes basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Now-
knows, every player on every single NBA roster.
Yes, and I would argue KB likes geography.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're naming small regional high schools in a District 3A county in Pennsylvania, maybe that's autism. But
You can go too deep.
yes, you can go too deep. But I think Dana Beers just likes basketball, like loves college hoops. Like let's tone it down with the autism claims.
So knowledge, interests, and hobbies do not have to be diagnosed with autism right away, is what you're saying.
Correct.
Dr. Mook.
Dr. Mook. Yes.
Yeah, I don't think that's a bad hill to die on, I'll be honest.
Yeah, and again, the hill to die on for me is tough because I'm just not a confrontational person. Like I'm sorry to anyone out there, but
You want to take your pick back?
nope.
No, it's not. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying
I'm not, yeah,
I think that's I think it's a fair hill to die
I think so too.
on. It just depends.
I just don't know like
if people are dying on it the other way.
yeah, right.
That's what I'm
That
afraid
that
of.
claim does get thrown out there a lot. Though.
It gets
Someone
thrown out
said
there.
I was like that because I can if I see a flag, especially if it's in your like I just know it.
You know, that's
But
just knowing
they're like, oh,
things.
you got a little touch, and I'm like,
Yeah.
nah, I
touch of
don't.
the tism. It's
Yeah.
like, what? No,
I like this pick.
Thank you.
I just like maps. Is that autistic?
I love maps.
Maps are awesome.
Yeah.
You don't enjoy maps?
I'm not a map guy. No.
How are you not a map guy? You were a
Lang-
teacher.
language arts. I always get that accusation from
it's-
me.
The
I'm bad at
maps,
everything
the maps
else.
are there so we can ignore people like him and just stare at the map for an hour.
Can I be a globe guy but not a map guy?
Yeah.
I love a globe.
Okay.
I don't think you can. I don't think you can be a globe guy and not a map guy.
Really?
You just like to spin it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
That you're a
that's,
child.
You're not a
Yeah.
globe. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the gimmick of a globe.
That's not a gimmick.
You like to be like, where am I going to go?
Yeah, it's a gimmick. It spins.
But okay. Yeah.
Right? If it was just a
I
standing
don't-
ball,
Why don't you just get one of them then?
a globe,
Put a basketball on two little pins or something and spin it.
I'm not opposed.
Maybe I'll get one of them for you. Maybe I'll make one for you.
What were you going to say, Mook?
I was gonna say that's autism. Spinning the globe.
I get told I'm autistic because I double knot my shoes.
What?
I didn't know that was an autistic thing.
Who said
Who
that
told
to you?
who accused you?
My
of that?
girlfriend did. like, UW not your shoes. I'm like, yeah. Why?
Hell yeah, I
Isn't that like autistic? I'm like, no, I don't think so.
Oh, so it was like it was genuine too.
Yeah, I was
It was, like,
mostly
poking fun at you?
joking,
Oh, okay.
but like with hints of serious in it. I was like, what?
Did you just tell her you buy shoes that are 2 sizes too big?
No, I'm like, I just don't want them to come undone.
Isn't the double knot standard?
I kind of thought it was.
I thought it was
if you're
too.
doing anything more than just like walking around.
It was when I was about to get on the treadmill too, and I feel that's like even more.
That's just being responsible.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. You're up there.
You don't have autism. You're just responsible.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Gotcha.
I may have autism though, undiagnosed. I do love Love is on the Spectrum or Love on the Spectrum.
Great.
It's a
Great
fascinating show.
It
yeah.
is
Great show.
one of my absolute favorite shows.
See that?
And they just renewed season 4. I cannot wait.
Yeah, you watch that show and you're like, okay, they have autism, and then you watch your buddy who can name the 2004 Duke roster, and you're like, no, you just like ball.
Yeah.
And you may have autism as well.
Oh, he's dying on the hill.
He's dying on the
I know,
hill. Yeah,
I know.
you proved my point.
My
shout out to
first
my guy,
round,
Sabode,
Sabode's I
friend of the program.
I really miss that he wasn't in the later seasons.
Yeah, I know. They got to get him back.
They got to get him back.
You're up though. Sorry.
This one is easy for me. This one I've been on record 1,000 times, and I would say in recent months I've been proven correct to some extent. Denzel Washington is the exact same fucking guy in every movie. He's the same guy in every, and that's not to say I dislike Denzel Washington or the movies he plays or the roles he play. I just think that he is the same guy in all of them.
He has limited range.
Limited range is how I describe it. Like, you don't see him going from playing Monster Candy in Django Unchained, like Leo, to Jack Dawson in Titanic. Like, you don't have those crazy different characters. He's always kind of the same guy, like the same delivery, same approach to the role, same voice dialect. Like, he was
I have really come around on this take.
As of many people, especially since was Maximus Aurelius or whatever his name was in the last Gladiator movie. He was pretty much the same guy he was in every other movie.
I will say I do feel like you're gonna hate this. I feel like you have articulated this point better than you did initially.
I always just said he was the same guy. There may be truth to that.
The goalpost got moved a lot. I think we'd have to find the original argument. It's probably somewhere. And
I bet you it was Denzel Washington stinks.
I've never said that because I like Denzel Washington. The only movie I think of his
say, though.
That if people are
your back's against the wall and you want to argue and you're upset,
yeah, I'll say fuck that, he stinks, and I'll kind of do what you did when he was gaslighting you. I'll try to make the point anyways. Yeah. But I like Denzel. The only movie that people like of his that I think completely sucks is The Book of Eli. I think that movie's complete trash. But to my point, he's like the same guy even though he's blind in that movie.
Yeah.
So like,
hey, you've never really
he's a little different in that one.
Do you guys have any take on this? I mean, we've talked about this ad nauseum.
I would say if he is, I don't know too many of his roles. I know Flight and I know American Gangster, and I just know Denzel Washington roles.
Yeah,
like he's phenomenal in everything I see him in. I don't care if he's the same in every movie. I'll still enjoy.
He's Mariano Rivera. He's a Hall of Famer, first ballot Hall of Famer. He was a one-trick pony, and that's not a bad thing. He's the best ever at it. It's just like I wouldn't consider him an all-time great.
You're saying he doesn't have like Tom Hanks range, where it's like you can play a guy in the military,
Toy Story,
and Elvis's manager,
Castaway.
Yeah. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Even that, you know what? Tom Hanks kind of the same guy in a little
Not at all, Dave.
Maybe.
No.
Not even close.
No.
Forrest Gump.
Yeah, that's true. That's an autist right there. Is he?
No.
Just dumb.
Any thoughts, Tate?
He's dumb
On that, yeah, I don't necessarily give a fuck. I'm not a big movie TV guy. Like, I think Denzel Washington, Remember the Titans. And then my brain's like, where else is he a high school
Never seen
coach?
Training. See, that's what
I get.
say.
I don't have the best
People
take
are
on it.
like, oh, you mean a high school football coach is the same thing as like a crooked cop in LA? It's like, no, motherfucker. The roles are obviously different. They're different movies. How he attacks playing each role in those movies is the same.
You feel very strongly on it, so I'll agree with you on that. I'm saying I don't pay attention enough to film to be a critic.
I think a big thing is you don't like that he doesn't change his voice inflection that much.
That's exactly it. Yeah. That's part of the reason.
Because it's honestly like it's a take that I've warmed. I see your point of view.
Okay.
I need to watch his full catalog more to really like.
I mean,
against it.
every single movie he's in, like Philadelphia, awesome movie. Malcolm X, awesome movie. Training Day, one of my favorite movies.
Because I've always kind of just watched this argument unfold and just
rattle them
I
off.
feel like Malcolm X, he's a little.
Yeah, it's all a variance of him.
What would you say his role is? Like, if you had to say Denzel plays this in every movie.
This is a trap. Go ahead.
I don't think it is.
Okay.
He just plays like he plays himself. Like he plays Denzel in the movie.
Okay, that's fair.
See, that's what I was talking about with Tate. Is I think White Sox Dave has so many takes out there. I think he's just going to kind of play the hits here because
Is he take farming?
This is
It was
one
more
that
that-
I've had to go to war for this one.
for years. Yeah,
For
but
years,
I know
but
that
now it's like it's not a crazy thought, so
Yeah,
a lot more people are on my side. But I was kind of at the forefront of this, like
You were the tip of the spear.
yeah.
Yeah,
you're the meta.
but there is one that you argued for years, and I think you finally kind of backed off
Oh,
on.
totally. I don't even have it on my list.
So,
I think
okay.
I know what you're talking
All
about.
right, we'll talk about it honorables.
Okay.
Tate, you're up.
All right. So first of all, hill you'll die on. Does it have to be controversial, or if like everyone says I
I
agree?
think that's better for this
it's
purpose.
better. I'll go with one of those first then. A hill I would die on is that instant replay ruins sports. I think that I would rather have everyone hates the end of game. Everyone hates the hey, go see if it actually touched someone's fingernail and the ball changed the trajectory of where it's going. I would rather, and I would lead by example too. If my team got fucked on a call that the instant replay screwed you over and they didn't go to instant replay, I would rather come in the next day and do shows like this and bitch about it and talk about it and say how the ref fucked us than the call always is right when they have to go zoom in to see if I think the refs are part of the game. I think the umpire's part of the game. I love baseball in the fact that it might be a curveball that crosses at the chest. But if the umpire calls it a strike 3, then you get to go bitch about that the next day at work. You listen to sports talk about it. I hate the minuscule zoom in of the camera.
I agree. It needs to be refined.
It does.
It takes too long.
It
Not
should be-
everything should be reviewable, but it really sucks if a big play or a big moment is ruined because of an official. It sucks.
I wish I could prove like in a way that like I would even be okay with that. I just hate the what is a catch, the zoom in. I mean, there was a national championship in basketball a couple years ago where it was the most obvious like knockout of bounds of all time, but then they zoomed in and they found out that it did touch the other guy's fingernail, and it changes the game.
Yeah.
And it just sucks.
And I do think if things went back to how they were, I think you would hate it.
I'd be like, let's get
Yes.
some replay in
Because
this.
Yeah,
the reason
we're
yes.
too replay pills.
Yes.
now.
The reason why I say this is because I always watch the Illinois high school state finals.
Mm-hmm.
And once you watch something that doesn't have it, you're like, holy fuck. Because I remember there was a bad play in one of the games. And I was like, you gotta look at that. And they're like, nope, they just kept going. It's like, how are they going to let this go?
Yeah.
You know?
You gotta. This is like the standard for soccer, which they don't adhere to. But I like the theory of it, where it's like it has to be clear and obvious, like a clear and obvious error. So like if like this thing where you're saying like you zoom in, you watch it 100 times, and it like micro touches a fingernail. I agree with you on that.
That
it's
sucks.
like you're right, like that sucks, and it slows down everything, and that's not like the spirit of it. It's like one of those. I'm trying to think of an example, but if it's like the replay you should have to be able to tell from like 1 or 2 angles in like 15 seconds. Like that should be like the barometer. If you have to like slow it down, freeze frame, all the way and take an hour, not an hour, but like a long time, then it's not worth even looking at.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it has to be so clear and obvious that one replay in a short amount
Bingo,
of time.
bango.
And you're like, okay.
Baseball's
got that
done better
wrong.
with that in the last year, so it's more like there's not really a dead ball as much. It's like in and out.
What do you
But I think
what do you
baseball
about
has it good.
challenges?
I think baseball has it good in a way where they don't allow it on balls and strikes.
Yeah.
They're gonna
But
start.
That's a
that's
can of
one thing I
worms.
disagree with. Not that balls and strikes should be like that, but I hate when the TV or the TV analyst will be like, now that's not a replayable or reviewable call. I hate when they like come together. It doesn't have to be balls and strikes, but I hate that there's a list of things that can be fixed and a list of things that cannot be fixed. And it just,
But like, do you want subjective things replayed? Because then it's like like is it a catch? Is it pass interference? Is it
No,
holding?
I agree.
Like, I don't want
That's
to
a
be
can of worms.
right. So it's almost like is it out of bounds or not? Like it's either it is or it isn't.
What about, I think one thing that we are missing from sports now because there's so much replay is coaches and players going fucking bananas.
You don't get to Lou Pinella's.
Like all
You're
they do in baseball now is they look at their guy and they say, "Yep, keep playing," or "Hey, we're going to do this." There used to be a time where if you thought that ball was fair and he called it a foul ball and a home run, that he would come up and he would fucking pick up third base and he'd throw it onto the it's great.
I used to nothing ever came from it, but I used to love where in baseball, I'd be like, this game is being played under protest.
Yeah.
What the fuck does that mean? Like nothing changes.
You're gonna
It's
stop
like,
traffic.
Let the record show this game doesn't really
protest
count.
does not matter.
Yeah.
You're right. Like my high school, my freshman year when you were a junior, we lost Naperville Central, play at the plate. That the coach still had it in his office.
Freshman year.
Yeah,
That-
so you
they
would have
won
been a
state
junior
that year.
Naperville Central.
Yeah, they won state
St.
that year.
Pat's, and there's a play at the plate. Very clearly, the catcher did not catch it. The ball is not.
I was
in his
at that game. I was
Yes.
at that game.
The ball
at
was
King
not
County
in his
Cougars.
glove. Yes, exactly.
Yes, it can't, yeah.
The ball was not in his glove. Can't do anything about it.
Giller fucking raked
Got
that
robbed.
game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I remember this game to a fucking T, and
Yeah.
I remember that, and it was a robbery.
Yeah,
Robbery.
And it's creating good conversation. If
20
they
years
change that
later,
play
yeah.
over.
Yeah. All right, to me.
I like that pick too.
Thank you.
Yeah, like
I don't. Continue.
but I think it's a good because there is an argument against it.
Yeah.
That's why
It's bad for sure. It's really bad for sure.
But it's
And
good for sure too.
I know.
So it's like, what are you gonna die on? Like, are you gonna
I know.
like?
It's-
I guess like a harder hill would be like instant replay should be
Banned.
banned, rather than ruin sports because I think that's what you said.
Yeah, I did.
But yeah, all right, I'm up. This one's kind of out there, but I'm curious how you guys feel. All onions should be grilled.
I think that takes
This is
things.
a tough one for French onion soup guy. Those aren't grilled.
They're boiled though, like they're
Not grilled.
That's
but they're
not-
boiled down though. They should be cooked.
Sauté.
right.
All onions should be cooked. So
I'm out on this.
you're out. You like raw onions?
I like a raw onion on a burger every once
Yeah.
in a while. I think it's a nice crunch. I think it's a good change up. Give me grilled on the cheesesteak on the
Yeah,
on
I think this has been the boldest so far.
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
How about salsa?
I was gonna say.
Pico de
Don't
gallo.
like it. I don't like it. I don't like. I like a not brothier, a fucking
Like a more liquid.
liquidy salsa.
what about an
puree.
onion ring?
Yes,
That's cooked.
it's cooked. Yeah,
I guess yeah.
I like raw onions on tacos. Like a hard shell taco, you have a nice like coating of raw
yeah.
onions.
I just hate raw onions. Moral of the story. I like grilled onions or sautéed or whatever. So that's my hill I'm dying on. Where I think they should all be cooked. Does it make it? Would that make it better? Like onions on a Polish that are grilled and caramelized.
That's a
Is
whole
that-
different.
But is that a better onion? I think it is.
You're right. I would never want to Polish with a crunchy onion,
Mm-hmm.
but like I love the texture of onion in salsa and the pico de gallo.
You wouldn't want raw
we get-
onions on a Polish?
I don't think so, dude.
Oh,
No.
totally.
I would not.
That's crazy.
I also have a mental block about red onions, like the purple onions. I don't know what it is. I'm sure they're fine. But I just see them. I'm like, not for me.
I can't think of many foods that would not be enhanced by the onion just being cooked or sautéed.
It's salsa is the
Is the only one? What's
I don't
another
know.
one?
Like if you have like a pasta salad, like something where the onion, like another thing with the onion.
It's better when it's raw.
Yeah, you a little texture.
What?
I just like onions, so I disagree, but
Fair.
Yeah.
I mean, you ate a raw onion for Derrick Rose's knee.
that's true. It
But
doesn't work.
it wouldn't have been. Yeah, he did, yeah.
Might have made it worse.
Exactly.
Honestly, I think it did.
I
Yeah.
don't think he came back for a year after that.
I don't think he ever played for the Bulls again.
But yeah, this is
love of
my
basketball.
hill that I'm dying on. I think that it is a superior product.
Aren't the
It
onions on a
is-
Chicago dog not grilled?
They're not. No, and I don't like it.
No, those are great.
Yeah, another good call.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are fantastic.
But would it be better with a little grilled?
I think it might be on a dog.
So East Coast, you guys know Sabrett's, I would assume, right? Sabret hot dogs.
Oh,
I feel like
You
I've
always
heard it.
talk about them, but I don't like.
I get them in New Jersey when I visit family. I think they're like very New York City, New Jersey. I'm surprised you've never heard of them. There's stands like all along the boardwalk out there. And
probably, yeah.
But if you want, they come with a soubrette red sauce. It's like their Vienna. It's like similar, and it's in like I don't want to say tomato. It's very sweet sauce with the caramelized onions, and it is the perfect.
Yeah, I
dog.
think it's a much superior.
It is such a good hot dog.
I hate raw onions. Real story, and I feel like they get dragged by me too much because. Like if a place like, oh, you want onions on this? I'd be like, it's probably gonna be raw, so I'm just gonna cross it off altogether.
Like a raw onion on a burger, I like.
Yeah, for sure.
But if they give you the option, some places will give the option. Will you mix in some?
I'm going raw every time.
I can have raw
every time?
onions on pretty. I love onions, so if onions come on it, I'm getting it.
It's also
100% of the
bad
time.
breath.
That is true.
You don't really get that rub off on a cooked one. I feel
You don't.
Yeah.
That is true, but
You don't get onion breath from a
Not as
French
bad.
onion?
no, no way.
Okay.
or an onion ring or like a.
Onion ring you might because they're still like got a little crunch maybe. I don't know.
But you get it from raw, like instantaneous.
Hoagies, by the way.
Raw?
You don't grill onions on a turkey sub on an Italian.
No?
No, he's right.
No.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I thought you were talking like
No, now
like
I'm just
a
thinking about
cheesesteak
where raw
grilled
onions
thing.
get into food, and it's mainly subs for me, subs and burgers.
all right.
But I love a smash burger with the onions cooked.
Yeah,
Grilled?
yeah, different.
Better product, Chief.
Yeah.
It's a better product. You're up.
Your thing was they should always all be cooked.
Yeah.
And I don't agree with that. I think charcuterie boards stink.
Ooh.
Okay.
I feel like every time you're at like some kind of party, I think charcuterie boards became a thing because of Instagram, and no one actually likes them. They just like to take a picture of them. But I think in general they are the most overrated, especially when they have the cheese on there too. And if the cheese is sitting out on a platter, it turns like you get that little
Like slimy.
room temperature cheese is disgusting. So I am out on charcuterie boards. They stink.
I like the take. I think you're spot on that they are Instagram, Snapchat, post a picture, how fancy they can be.
Yeah.
Just give me the meat and cheese and put it on a fucking plate. I don't care. But they make it, they become more expensive. There's so many people that are trying to start like charcuterie board businesses because they'll put them in a nice bouquet, the salami in a bouquet, and you make it all fancy. The food is good.
I don't even think the food is that good.
Really?
Yeah.
Nah.
Like if you're at like a Super Bowl party and everyone's bringing something and someone's got like the buffalo chicken dip or like think of all like your like the charcuterie board always has the most left over because people
I totally disagree with that.
We're talking about different types of boards, I think. There's charcuterie boards that suck have like mandarin oranges on them and like blueberries and like all these fancy things. Are you just talking about a meat and cheese tray?
No and yes. Yeah, kinda. Like a real charcuterie board has all of that shit.
Yeah, like almonds and
But
chocolate.
I don't think he's really talking about that.
I'm talking about the whole thing. Your
cheesesteak's correct.
Yeah.
It is correct.
Yeah, and like sure, I like some of the meat on a charcuterie board. But I'm never like
I disagree
where's the
that
charcuterie
it's-
board. Like how come no one made one?
That's a fair point.
I've
It's
never
'cause
craved a charcuterie board.
Correct.
Once a month.
Correct.
But it's a nice feature.
I
Not
like it
even.
because you walk up and
It's
you just
nice
take a
to
few
look
pieces.
at.
Not even. It's visually pleasing.
I will fucking die on this hill. Charcuterie boards are the most overrated thing that you could have.
I'm with
Let's
you.
talk
I'm in
it
the
out.
trenches.
Let's talk it out. I like the fact that it exposes me to more cheeses than I wouldn't usually.
That's a good pro. That
Go
is a
to.
good pro.
Like, right? Like, I see it laid out. You see something laid out, you're more likely to dip your toes in the water. If it was all like just cheese in a package and just sitting all over the counter, I'm probably not doing that without being able to just grab a little boop.
Taster.
Yeah.
You said that it if you got all like the whole smorgasbord of shit for a Super Bowl party, that the charcuterie board is going to have the most amount on it towards the end of the night. I disagree with that solely because the just walking up and just plucking a piece of cheese or a piece of salami or whatever, everybody's doing that 10 different times, whether or not you like it. Whether or not the salami's any good, if it's just shit, generic store-bought shit or otherwise. But mixing up a nice little Ritz cracker with some meat and cheese. That's kind of fun, and I enjoy it.
Yeah, but like the charcuteries I'm talking about have like crackers that like you can't even pronounce. Like,
Yeah.
they have like
everyone's trying to be too
the
fancy.
fancy, like
that's like
meat
the
and
chick
cheese is the most masculine food you can eat.
Like a Roman
charcuterie
soldier
boards
was
might be
eating
the
that shit.
gayest thing on.
Oh yeah, totally.
I mean,
if
that's a
your boy
fair
was like,
take.
"Oh, I'm rolling up. You got the wings. I got the charcuterie." I'd be like, "You're not invited to my." And not. It's just like, dude, I base food on how I want it, like how I consume food, like, and how I rank it. Would I Uber Eats it? I would never Uber Eats a charcuterie.
Good,
Really good argument.
Good argument.
I don't like that because you wouldn't Uber Eats a steak either.
Yeah, I have.
Why would you? You
Checkmate.
I will show you.
Why would you do that?
Because it's fucking midnight and there's a diner open with some steak, and I'm trying to watch my
He's a protein guy.
I think that
fat intake.
Uber Eats should just be for like the complete middle ground of food, not the like. I would never get a steak just because I don't.
You don't ever ball out on Uber Eats? You don't
No.
ever treat yourself to a little,
No,
steak
that's
dinner?
like for me ordering a chicken sandwich or pizza or.
I like the
something
ball
I would
out.
To each your own, I
every
guess.
once in a while.
I'd never in a million years would order a steak though. Not an Uber Eats. I want that thing perfectly cooked. and
I
not sitting in
always
transit.
feel like I can cook the steak better than they can
Totally.
deliver it.
Totally.
Yeah.
Okay, you're up again.
Cross that one off the list. Great pick.
Great pick.
Twitter's great. I feel like Twitter gets so much slander now where it's like, oh, it's toxic, it's this, they got all these hateful things, and to me, it's still the best social media app. I love Twitter. I live on Twitter. All like the negative stuff, like hit the mute button. Like I think Twitter is the best way to get news. I think it's the best way to interact with people. I think Twitter is awesome, and it gets way too much hate.
Yeah, I think people try to. I don't know if I'm right about this, but they try to. They hate it because of who might be in charge of it now,
That's
or who
a lot of it.
I think that's some of it too.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Twitter is still. There's funny people out there. They make me laugh. That's where I get my news. That's where you see sports.
Yeah.
I get logging off and being like, hey, especially in our job, like you don't want to see all the hate or responses or whatever. I couldn't live without Twitter though.
Yeah.
This
Well,
is
let's
also a classic tale of you don't miss the old Twitter, you miss who you were when Twitter was Twitter. You guys been seeing that trend? That's like
I haven't, but
like I remember like when I first started using Twitter, it was like 2014, 2015, and I was like, yeah, this app is sick, and I don't hate myself yet. So it's like I think some people just hate themselves, and they're like, this app sucks.
and I do think it's gotten
It's kind of an interesting viewpoint, though.
yeah. I do think it's like I don't think it's as fun as it used to be.
It's not.
But it's still to me like
I think a lot of that
that's
is our fault though.
But I also think that that's like a universal thing across all the platforms.
Yeah, like take like the Elon like last 2 years out of it. Like
Yeah.
you've been on this take for a while,
Yeah.
and it's we've talked about it. Like if you had the nuke button, would you nuke it or not? Because
No.
take like the
That's the one I wouldn't nuke.
take like I think you said you would.
Oh,
think you were
mean,
on that.
I would have a burner account and just
No,
lurk.
he's saying when he says nuke, you mean it'll no longer.
Yeah, like is it good for society?
No, I think it at its
Because I
core it
could have
should be
swore we were both on the nuke side.
Oh, you're on the nuke side.
Yeah.
at its core
I mean,
it should be.
I just don't
as
care
Elon
as much
calls it.
anymore. But like that was back in like the era where if someone tweeted everything and they were canceled, and if one brand got this many likes, it's not. I feel like we're kind of getting away from that, which is good.
Yeah.
But like there was a point where it was just so influential for being such a really minute population, like
Yeah.
of the world, right?
Yeah. It could always be better, but I do think it's great, and people should complain less because it's awesome.
I will say it is more tits and more ass than it's ever been before.
People say that I haven't noticed that.
I haven't
really.
experienced that. Tits and ass is for Instagram, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I would say that tits and ass, it probably goes Instagram, TikTok, then Twitter.
It's probably a me thing. I get tits and ass on all platforms.
I think that's they know what you want to see.
Exactly. And I will say Twitter was more creative 5-10 years ago, whatever it may be. But that's because a lot of the young creatives are on TikTok now.
I think that's probably true as well.
And I think that's part of it, but I still think Twitter is great.
And I think we can all agree that Black Twitter is the greatest thing on planet Earth.
Yes.
Very funny.
Yeah.
It's the best.
It's very funny.
It is. It's the funniest, best little sect of the internet there is.
All right, to me, Before I make my pick, I want to talk about Rhoback Activewear. You guys all know how much we love Rhoback. It's now going to be summertime, and Rhoback is ready, fresh off their All-American Summer collection release. It's not summer if you're not wearing red, white, and blue. Rhoback's polos are made for the summer. If it's hot, no worries, moisture-wicking material. If you're golfing, no worries, stretch fabric for any swing. If you're trying to look good, the best designs. Second, Rhoback has the best shorts. Their everyday shorts are our favorite. They have a nice look, and it's a clean short, but it's a comfort of a casual short with a stretch waistband and stretch fabric. Finally, Rhoback's hoodies are still our favorite hoodies. That's all. Use code DOG on Rhoback.com for a generous 20% off all new customers through the end of this week. That's spelled RHOBACK.com. That's 20% off all polo shorts, hoodies, and more with code DOG. Everyone loves Rhoback here.
I'm on their site now. A lot of new ads to the collection. I love their hoodies. Their hoodies and their shorts are just awesome. And I'm going to be popping in an order myself at the end of the show, Ed.
A lot of good stuff. Go do it, Dave. My next pick is a Goofy movie is a top 5 animated movie of all time.
I love it. Do you have a shirt
for soundtrack?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a fantastic movie, and for some reason it never reached that peak of like Lion King and Toy Story.
So, I love a Goofy movie. I watched it maybe during COVID for the first time since I was a kid. Did not really hold up.
No, come on. I
swear the songs are great. They got 2 great songs.
Fantastic songs.
Eye to eye. You blast that at a party and the chicks go wild. Assuming they're like 30 years old. If you did it now, they probably don't know what the fuck this is.
Which they should, though, because those are great. Those are just like objectively good songs.
I love this take, Ed. I agree with it. It is an all-time classic.
Top 5
actually,
all-time.
No, it's not an all-time
animated.
classic. It should be an all-time classic, to your point.
But it
should be. That's what I'm saying.
But it's not. It's not top 5.
Do you know what it is on Rotten Tomatoes?
No.
Guess.
86.
Hold on.
78.
I have it up. You guys got any guesses?
75.
It is a 64.
Yeah.
It's pretty low.
Yeah.
I see. For animated movies, though, I feel like that's pretty.
No, animated movies get like the best reviews. Paddington has like 100.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah. That's off.
I'm trying to think of 5 off the top of my head that I would put ahead of that, and I feel like I can do it easily.
Do you consider? Are you just talking pure cartoons?
Pure cartoon, yeah.
So like Nemo doesn't count?
Like Toy Story?
I feel like
it's all animation.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I would take a Goofy movie over Finding Nemo.
Oh,
I would too.
not.
Personally, I would.
What do you, Mook?
I've never seen a Goofy movie.
Oh, shit.
How old are you again, Mook?
28.
You're
A little young.
Yeah, a little young. You couldn't watch it now.
But if you put it on Touch Tunes,
I need to see
it. The chicks will go crazy.
What's her name? Roxanne? Kind of smoky.
Yeah, I think she's in 7th grade.
Maybe.
A mouse.
Yeah. No, she's a dog.
A dog?
So you're arguing?
Aren't they all dogs?
I don't know.
You're arguing that this movie should be like Toy Story, Lion King.
Yeah, like it should be in that
coveted.
pantheon.
Okay.
Yes, it should be in that pantheon for sure.
Interesting.
I love the movie. And
if you remove the songs.
Yeah, I think it's like an emotional movie.
It is.
Like it's like Goofy and your relationship with your father.
Yeah,
totally.
Like it is like going cross country with your dad versus like being
at that age too.
Yeah, like it's
like Wayne, family time versus your crush.
It's a Cats in the Cradle, man.
Yeah,
like that's what it is. It's a good storyline.
It is. I really like it. I just top 5 all time is.
This is the first time I'm hearing about the movie.
Yeah, that's a problem, Mook.
Ever in my life.
That's a fucking problem. It doesn't matter that he's too young. Animated movies still play for that age range.
Yeah.
Then I want you to. You still haven't given me 3 other ones that are better.
Lion King, Nemo,
Toy Story,
Toy
Story 3.
I haven't seen that. Shrek,
Lilo and Stitch,
Shrek.
Space Jam answer?
What?
Is Space Jam?
I don't think Space Jam.
No, that kind of
half and half.
I wouldn't put it in there.
I'm eliminating.
It's Looney Tunes.
I think Coco is better.
Inside Out.
Inside Out's better.
No.
The Expendables.
There's a
Inside
lot.
Out, but
There's
it's
a
not
lot.
better.
The Incredibles.
Or that's the Incredibles. That's what I was talking about. The Incredibles.
Mook's a big Rango guy.
I don't even know what Rango is.
All right, that's a hill I'll die on. I feel good about it.
Monsters Inc.
Tate,
Yes.
Monsters Inc. Yeah.
Monsters Inc.'s great.
All right. I don't know if this will be the most controversial, but also this is a hill I would absolutely die on, and that is that we need to bring back real tickets to sporting events.
I like this.
There,
Paper tickets.
yes, the amount of things that like my dad has in our basement, where it's like a picture of him at the Rose Bowl with the ticket that he had, or the 1995 All-Star game. I went to, obviously, shout out Game Time. Like I went to the Home Run Derby, but you put it to your Apple Wallet and then you just tell people that you had it.
Yeah, I agree with this.
I think it was my cousin's friend, but he had a bar and like he had all his tickets for concerts and sports like lacquered into the top of the bar. I'm like, that's pretty cool.
For a long time, I saved all my tickets in just a shitty shoebox I had, and I just get the ticket stub, throw it right in. Didn't matter if a Tuesday night Sox game that had no significance or like a big playoff game that I went to.
And then
every one of them.
My family used to have season tickets to the Blackhawks, and like when that UPS package arrived with the whole booklet of tickets, it was the best. And they would do it would send a second booklet for like the first 2 rounds and the second 2 rounds of the playoffs. And they would always have they were always like done up like they're bigger. They had like the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is fucking awesome.
Thicker paper.
Yeah.
It's like the movie Fever Pitch when season ticket day,
awesome.
and he's smelling them and
The smell was weirdly good. Did you ever have season tickets?
Yeah. You get you just said.
That was the first thing you did when you get the box. You're like,
Am I crazy, or would you not pay extra? Like
Big Cat actually requested from the Cubs to get paper tickets. They said no.
how much could a ticket cost?
Wow.
I think everyone would agree. Like if you're a season ticket holder, add us $5 and give us tickets.
Well, my question is has this made it easier for the consumer? I feel like it's just like
100% yes.
You think so?
Yeah.
Having tickets on your phone and being able to transfer via email.
sending them in one click of a button.
I think it's harder to counterfeit. Like you can't like go sell on the street corner paper tickets that aren't real. Now you have to like put them in your Apple Wallet.
I knew a guy who used to, when there was like you could print them out, like it was a 8x11 piece of paper that you would print out. He would Photoshop. He would buy like the cheapest ticket, and then he would Photoshop his like section and seat. So then he would just be like, he would find his way into like great.
You could probably still do that with like a PDF file on your phone, and if they're just like glancing at it,
because you have to like do the, but they don't do
scan.
that.
It's made it better.
Not
for
when
the teams.
not when
Don't get me wrong, but the amount of confusion that happens at the gate sometimes is crazy.
I agree. If you're not savvy, like there's a generation above us that is not good with it.
Yeah.
And like my grandma could never go to a baseball game.
No.
Yeah.
She needs someone to how do you get tickets?
The ballpark app.
But my pick has nothing to do with convenience, has nothing to do with all that. It is a souvenir that I would like to keep in pristine condition and show my kids like, yeah, Cavs won the NBA Finals in 2016. I was there.
That's enough argument.
You know they're valuable too. You can get tickets graded by PSA now.
I didn't know that.
They sell for good money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So like I have all these, like it's just in your
wallet.
Yeah, your expired passes, but it's like mixed in with all your airline tickets.
Yeah, mine is all Spirit Airlines. Spirit and Frontier tickets.
It's a what's it called? The NFT.
Oh yeah, they're NFT. Yeah,
NFTs. Yeah. Dave.
Chicago thin crust is better than East Coast thin crust.
Bullshit.
Now,
This is
I have admittedly gotten on the East Coast pizza train enough to where I will go out of my way here and there and order an East Coast style pizza. I'm talking like 8 slices, mega thin, mega quick cook time, all that stuff. I got a Chicago style thin crust yesterday, and I came to the fruition. This was even better than, or before you sent the text out saying what we were doing for the draft today. And I'm like, this is just better. It's better. You got more cheese. You got more sauce. It's the ingredients are better. Like I enjoy Chicago pizza so much more than East Coast pizza.
I'm with you.
This is wrong, by the way. As an East Coast guy, we have better bread, better ingredients. You're not going to beat New York pizza. There is no world where Chicago pizza goes toe to toe with New York pizza.
I've had the best in New York. I've had John's Bleecker. I've had it all.
John's Bleeckers isn't even the best. Slice for slice per capita, New York.
I've had
New York,
the one.
Bury Chicago.
I've had the one in Philadelphia.
Angelo's.
And I've had Angelo's.
That's not even our best.
Oh, it's up there though. It's in argument for it. So at that, once you're that good, now awesome pizza, loved it, enjoyed the shit out of it. Chicago's best thin crust is better than East Coast best.
I have a take on this.
I disagree.
I think the East Coast pizza it tastes better, but I enjoy eating Chicago better.
I think that makes perfect sense. I think it makes perfect sense. Like,
Pick the little corner. Yeah, like it does. I don't. You're not wrong.
I know.
It makes sense in my brain.
It makes sense. Transferred to my brain.
Okay.
I think you should have rephrased this, because I do think that the way New Haven does things, like I have
not been to New Haven.
Haven's
I could see the argument, but when it comes to New York, and I'm not shitting on New York pizza, I enjoy it. But if I was like, man, I wouldn't want this more than like if I had the option, I wouldn't go with them all the time. Like I would still be like 8 out of 10.
I also feel like the places that try to do New York here, or New Haven, they just don't. Something's off. Like I don't know what it is.
They're not from New Haven. They don't. It's.
But why is that? Like, why is it so hard to like make a bagel or make a like? It's like the ingredients are all the fucking same. Like I don't understand why you can't just replicate that anywhere. But there is like I'd rather eat a Chicago style pizza. I enjoy like the way it's sliced and like the sizes of the slices. But I think that New Haven, New York tastes better.
I can get on board with that. I think I get what you're saying now about I would rather eat. I could eat this more. I will say Jersey, Philly, New York, the dough. There's something different about the dough. Like you said, you guys can't get There's no bagels in Chicago.
No, New York beats the shit out of.
I have done my due
Chicago
diligence.
bagels. Yeah.
I'm a bagel man.
Steingolds?
I haven't tried it.
That's the closest.
That's
the closest.
That's what they say. Yeah.
And
New York bagel
and then that kind of bleeds into my argument of like the per shop quality of pizza in the East Coast defeats the per shop here. Like you can get a great slice in Philly, New York, New Jersey, anywhere. A great bagel pretty much anywhere. I feel like here it's very hit or miss. It would be my counter to that.
I would
Chicago. You're not getting a slice of Chicago though. Like a lot of places don't even do slices.
But that even
they'll
speaks
do
to,
it, but that's not like. It's oftentimes not their best version of their own pizza too. It's like shit that's been sitting out all day, you know.
Slices just aren't.
But if I have the best of the best New York pizza in front of my face and the best of the best Chicago thin, I'm not talking deep dish. I want to make that very clear. I'm not talking deep dish. I'm talking thin for both categories. I would 10 out of 10 times take the best of the best Chicago's got to offer, and I don't even think that's because I'm biased and I'm from here. I truly just like it more.
I don't think you can remove your own.
Yeah, I don't think you
can.
I do for hot dogs though.
Let's hold on that.
But I agree with you.
I just did with bagels. I will do that for delis too. New York delis are just better than Chicago delis.
Yes,
as a whole,
100%.
Pizza, I just can't get to the point where I'm like that's better than ours.
Bagels, I concede fully though.
Fully, there's just no.
There's no.
Yeah.
All right, Mook.
I have two here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Here's one. Stop being a pussy and stop buying flight insurance. I think flight insurance is the most like I'm not dropping an extra $50 just in case it gets canceled. I'm getting on that flight, or I'm just gonna roll the dice, and if it gets canceled, it gets canceled.
How often do flights actually get canceled? I've never
pretty
heard
it
canceled on
you
me.
can get in like a weird rhythm of like your flight just getting canceled.
Really?
Can I? So, don't you? If you've bought the flight, don't you? And they cancel it, don't you? They give you another flight.
Pretty much, yeah.
So then what? I never understood.
It's
so
always at checkout.
I know, but I've never got it because I'm like, I don't get it. If you cancel my flight, you're not going to leave me in fucking Charlotte.
But some people buy it every time.
What
That's
is the
insane.
benefit of it?
I don't. That's what I
Because
never understand.
Yeah, my interpretation is that if I buy a flight, they're gonna make it right if
Correct.
something goes wrong.
Yes.
I really don't fuck with the insurance aside from like health insurance,
Health.
homeowners insurance.
Auto.
I don't do the Apple Care. I don't do the
Yeah.
you get a TV. Fuck, if it breaks on the way home, it fucking breaks. On the
Yeah.
If I get a month out of this, it's
yeah,
fine.
good deal.
Mhm.
But yeah, flight insurance I think is the biggest scam because, like you said, they usually make it right. Sure, you have to wait a couple hours on a phone line, maybe with Expedia or whoever your carrier is, but it's like I've never once bought in the flight insurance and it's worked out in my favor.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So I think flight insurance and when I say I think, I just looked up some stuff, allows you to give your own reason for why you can't make the trip. Like, am I sick? There's a family emergency. That type.
Yeah.
But most of the time I've found that if you just cancel, they'll just give you credit. So it's like, all right, so just book a new flight somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have ever canceled.
No? Or like changed your flight. Like,
I've changed a flight.
If you cancel, they'll give you your points back or whatever.
Yeah.
Money in points.
Yeah, like that's fine.
Yeah.
Mook, you're up again.
This one is probably my favorite. The bartender does want to fuck me. I'm convinced. I've been tipping her well all night. We're in love. She called me babe. She called me honey. Let me live my
She
fantasy.
basically showed you her tits with what she was wearing.
Yeah, and she's been, pouring me drinks and looking at me in the eyes, and I haven't been looking her in the eyes, but I've been looking somewhere, and she loves me, and we're gonna get married, and I have a shot with the bartender.
I agree. You do have a shot with that person.
You're very charming, Mook.
Now, who's on that other hill telling you that you don't?
Everyone else.
The entire internet.
Society.
The entire internet will tell you,
My mirror.
quit being weird to the bartender. That is her job to treat you good. That is her job to be nice to you.
Yeah.
Don't ask for her fucking number.
Not that nice,
It's-
though.
I'm not against Mook. I'm siding with Mook. There are times where you're like, hey, the connection here is you're being a little too nice to me.
Have you ever tried to pick up a bartender?
No, I've never been pickup bartender. I've never been. Have you guys ever left your phone number on a?
No.
That's weird, right?
No.
That's like,
Mook's over. No, Mook doesn't. That's a fact.
I've done it.
No,
It's
successfully?
never worked.
Okay.
but she loves me, so it's
it just hasn't worked yet.
she probably lost it or
Yeah,
something.
blew away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something.
Ink got spilled.
Someone spilled
Yes.
a drink on it.
Yeah.
I agree. I could see that.
That's my take. She loves me.
Dave, you're back.
So your hill to die on is chicks love Mook.
Interesting direction here out of Mook so far. All of his hills are like,
Yeah.
you're up.
We were talking about Brett Favre today and how he came out of retirement and how it pissed us all off. Like every fucking year, it's just like, oh, Brett Favre's making a comeback, bro. And I fucking hated it. But I am guilty of retiring and unretiring a lot recently as well. I fucking hate the current iteration of Call of Duty so much. I fucking hate it. And I am willing to say that Nintendo 64 is still the greatest video game system in history. I don't care about technological advances. I don't care about Xbox or PlayStation or anything else or PCs now. I want to log in and have fun and turn my brain off for a few hours. It's like become impossible to do that with video games these days. So you got to download all these updates. You got to spend all this money, buy all this extra shit every time there's an update, all these different game packs they sell and everything. I fucking hate it. N64 was the perfect sweet spot of video games. You could, play with your boys all night, it was just the best, and I'm sticking to that. And I don't think it'll ever be beaten.
It's kind of going back to the tickets. It was nice. You just pop the game in and you go.
You can't do that anymore. Like if I want to play Call of Duty and there's an update that I didn't know about, it's like I can't just turn it on. I got to wait 30 minutes for it to install shit. And then all the shaders, I don't even know what the fuck a shader is. It fucks up the shaders.
What's a shader?
Tell me what a shader. I don't know.
What a shader.
It'll just be like shaders loading.
Jacob, what's a shader?
Has to do with the colors of the game.
It's like a graphics thing, yeah.
I will say I do think they've gone too far updating the game, changing the metas, changing the maps and everything. Like they ruined Fortnite. Fortnite was peak gaming in 2020, 2021. They kept toying with that game. They fucked it up. I will say my relation to you would be like PS2 was like the best gaming system ever, but I was also just a happy kid that didn't care about,
It's like your Twitter quote.
it was the Twitter thing. Yeah. I was more innocent back then, and I just logged on and had fun, as opposed to now where it's like I have to find something wrong with everything that I'm doing.
Yeah.
It's not even that I find something wrong with it. It's that everything is wrong with it. It's like, and I'm talking, the only video game I play is Warzone, Call of Duty. You can't even play it sometimes.
You got to find
like
a new game.
But I don't want to.
Yeah, but there's differences. Like you could play with your friends when they're not with you at times. Like there are pros to
Yeah.
this whole thing.
That's the nice part, for sure. Like, I wish we could take the ability to play online and transfer that to N64, which you probably fucking can now, right?
It's pretty much what the Switch is. Yeah.
I've never played one single second of the Switch, so but I will plant my flag in that hill. N64, it was peak video games. Now it's just too technologically everything.
All right. Anyone have anything else? Nope. Tate, you're up.
Alrighty. I need who makes the graphics? Does Lance make them?
Ken Jack does.
Ken Jack, don't fuck me here. This is an important word.
Oh, he fucked Chief so hard
How'd he
last
fuck
week. It was so. I'm just gonna go let you check because it was so fucking funny. I laughed out loud, and it sucks. I feel bad for Ken Jack because obviously in this era where we have to make sure we all have all our checks and balances, you can't make him as creative because everything has to be copyright friendly.
Yeah.
But it was so fucking funny what he
Lori?
did, Chief. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chief, there's things that need more respect. And Chief said women. He used a picture of Lori Lightfoot. I was in tears.
That's grinning ear to ear.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, whatever.
I guess my point here is that this is still my backup plan if I ever need another career is I will be going back to teaching. But my hill that I will die on is that bullying can be good for kids.
Oh, love it.
Oh, this is.
I have
The
that in
word
my notes.
can,
Great
The
pick.
word can, Jacob, you didn't like that one.
Because he's a Gen. What generation are we up to now?
Gen Z.
Gen Z.
Yeah,
He's a Gen
he's
Z.
a they them. Yeah.
Gen-
Yeah, exactly.
Gen
He's
P.
one of them.
He's a
He
Gen
is
P.
one of them, isn't he? Are you one of them? Are you a they?
I am a he him. Emphasis
God
on
damn it.
him.
Tate, I couldn't agree with you more. If I didn't get bullied, I'd be the biggest fucking loser
and-
on the planet.
There's a huge. The only thing I'll say is there's a huge difference between like mean girls that are trying to ruin your life. Or that sucks and that should always get in trouble.
Correct.
To a high degree, whatever. You learn so much in school of what is normal, what is cool, what is lame, what is based on people being able to say that's fucking weird. And now that you can't say that's fucking weird, that's why we have so many fucking weirdos walking around.
I love it. I love it.
Fires me up.
I love it. I couldn't like this pick more.
It's just bullying the right people.
Like,
And bullying.
For the right things.
The term,
Yeah.
I'll say this, the term bullying is so taboo. It's like, it's a public image that they want to put out. Like we are a no tolerance for bullying. So now bullying of like, hey, Chief, your shirt's fucking lame or whatever can be like, oh, that's bullying. That's a no tolerance policy, 7 days out of school.
who
It's like,
decides where the line is? Tate.
Schools
They,
want
them.
to look good.
Yeah.
And they should. But point being, if you can argue that something is bullying and the school didn't do anything about it, then they're going to look really bad. And that's the number one comment in these little Facebook groups now where it's like parents of so-and-so high school. It's like, this school doesn't care about bullying. No, your kid should be allowed to be told if he is doing something
That's like
weird.
social Darwinism.
Yeah, but
survival of the fittest.
the line is so
The line's really
tough, though.
really-
It's
you can't have a kid be going to school every day like in terror because like
I know.
every time they walk in a room and they just get made fun of.
I think
know.
there's a difference between like bullying and like soft ribbing or like busting. It's like busting balls to a higher degree.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah,
And I would like to rephrase, I'm still a loser, but if I didn't get bullied, I'd be wearing like corduroy pants right now. I'd be like in I'd be in like
Turtlenecks.
local politics or something.
Yeah. But that
Yeah.
is like it. Some of it is you have to prepare people for the real world too. It's
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
That's like a micro version of that.
Yeah.
And I think-
like, sometimes people are mean. Sometimes things are not going to go your way.
I think Tate nailed it saying it can be good
Yeah.
because I think that's it because I agree the same way about hazing. Like it can be good.
It can also go too
Yeah,
far.
it could also go too far
Yeah.
for sure.
Which you could. What's that expression where it's like a glass of water is refreshing, and then but too much water you'll drown.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like it's like that's kind of what it is.
Yeah.
Like you don't want someone to drown.
if I
from
were in high school and I saw someone getting actually bullied, I would have stopped it.
Yeah, you deserve the punch.
Yeah.
in the
Yes.
face.
Yeah.
Yes. Exactly.
Right, because so that's the push and pull too, because I think sometimes physical violence is fine. Okay, so here we go.
Mutual.
Right. So
if you
it's
say,
like-
"Hey, fuck you, let's fight this out right here," no one should get in trouble.
I agree.
Yeah.
And it's like eventually it's like, hey, like there needs to be, if you're a fucking asshole, at some point there's a line and it's like you should be allowed to.
You need your ass kicked.
Yeah. Sometimes people just need their fucking ass
Yes.
kicked, and we
The
all
problem
be better
is
for
that
it.
kids just don't know the line.
And how do you learn the line?
Yeah, you pipe up enough to where you get punched in the face, and next time you might not say that because you know what the consequences are.
Correct.
But I don't know. We're arguing two different things, but whatever.
Another problem with
you can't.
I love
can't
that this
bully.
is coming from a teacher.
I wish there was a different word for it.
You're right. That's exactly what I was about to say.
I do have a soft spot. Like kids are different than when we were kids. That's just a fact. There's more anxiety. There's more mental health issues, and those are like real things.
Mm-hmm.
And when a kid might, take his own life or whatever, and it's because of something that like kids were saying to him, that's like the saddest thing in the entire world.
Totally.
So bullying is not good. But we have taken a large majority of just kids being kids and lumped it into that's bullying. And that's
Yes, totally.
Yes.
Like you can't let a kid live in a snow globe the whole time. And
You articulate
sprouting out without ever getting checked in line.
It
You
is.
have to be
that's a good
checked.
Yes,
Yeah.
you have to be checked.
getting
but
smacked around here.
if a
and
kid,
there's
if a
not
kid
bad.
You
is,
keep going to physical violence.
he did, not me.
Yeah.
It's okay for kids to squabble, I think is the important thing.
if a kid has weird
And
interests
resolve their
in
own conflict.
Here,
Yeah.
let me ask you something.
That's fine.
So this is actually a real story. So I've been in 2 fights in my life. This was not one of them. This is close to the third. So our wrestling coach was one of my gym teachers. He was awesome. We all loved him. One of my actual friends at the time, I haven't talked to him in years, but he was actually bullying a kid that was on my team for basketball in gym class. We were just playing standard 5-on-5, and it got to the point where I got in my buddy's face. I said, "You knock that fucking shit off." And he started shoving me, and we started shoving each other. The wrestling coach was in there. He's like, "Hey, everybody else out of here. You two stay here and fist fight."
He would go to prison.
He would go to fucking prison. He would go to fucking prison.
probably
But
should.
obviously, neither of us took him up on that,
Yeah.
and we just kind of shook it off, and we were fine, 10 minutes later. But like, I respected the fuck out of that move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
I like the move. Like personally, that's a personal opinion. I like the move, but that you would get that person would go to prison and go to court,
Which is insane to me. That's like how it
that's a
should
little
be.
different level.
Oh, come on.
I think
bro,
that you
someone
should-
could get fucking,
Maybe in a school setting, sure. But if that were like anywhere other than a school, I would have been like, that should be like codified.
It's
Yeah.
funny.
Like, let that into law.
In my a different school I taught at, one of the funnier stories was, and I feel like you guys could all relate to this. A teacher, you two might be chirping, and the teacher can be like, "Will you two either shut the fuck up or fight already?" Like something like that. Like either fight or quit
Yeah.
being annoying.
Yeah.
And then they went outside right after school and fought. And it's like, oh, yo,
Fuck.
like don't tell anyone I said that you guys should fight.
Yeah.
Wait, you said this?
No, I didn't say
Okay.
it, but someone had to be like, hey, like we're all on the same page. Like I was just saying that.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I didn't mean it.
But I used to because when I was young, I grew very late. I feel like we've talked about that a lot. So anytime I felt like I had like Napoleon syndrome. So if I felt like I was getting bullied, I was like escalating,
Ready to go. Yeah.
and I would lose like every fight. My mom would have to come pick me up, and I'd always get in trouble. But it was like I felt better about that than just like letting somebody.
Letting it
like,
happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My dad always
All right,
told
we
me
could
never
go on this
start a
for-
fight, but always finish one.
This is
Good pick.
it's a red.
I think that was. I mean, it was the best pick of the draft. I think.
I had that in my notes.
I had to wait.
It was perfect.
I didn't want to lead off with fuck.
I feel like you might have drafted something similar before too.
I feel like I always talk about
Yeah,
this.
yeah,
I don't know how you were a teacher.
We've
in-
talked
in
about
this
that.
age.
We've definitely had that same conversation.
Tate just
before.
misses his kids.
All right, Eddie, you're up.
All right, I'm up. Before I do, we are all DraftKings Pick6 guys at this desk right now. Let me tell you a little bit about it. The NBA Finals are here. They start on Thursday, I believe. And this is the last shot to win some real cash before the season ends. The simplest way to get in the action is download the Pick6 app from DraftKings. It's not the traditional DraftKings Sportsbook app. It's a totally different app called Pick6. Go download it. It's crazy simple. You just pick more or less on stats for 2 or more of your favorite players, and boom, you're in the mix for some big cash prizes. No gimmicks, no weird rules, just ball. If you nail your picks and you're heating up, Pick6 brings upside with payouts up to 500 times. Ready to make your finals run? Pick6 is live in a ton of states: Texas, Cali, Georgia, Missouri, and a lots more. And get this, all new Pick6 customers will instantly get $50 in bonus picks, on just a $5 entry. So don't miss your last shot to win some cash this NBA season. Download the DraftKings Pick6 app right now and use code DOGWALK. That's code DOGWALK. New customers get $5, get $50 new customers play $5, get $50 in bonus picks instantly. Ride the upside only on DraftKings Pick6. The crown is yours. All right, back to me. So you want my pizza take now or next, Dave? Now or they'll pick after?
I was gonna
Do
say,
it now.
like, isn't that the same thing?
No, I'm just
let's
saying.
go now.
All right. Just don't know if we're a little pizzaed out. We just got to yours. Far and away, Neapolitan pizza is the worst form of pizza. It's the worst form of pizza. It's so similar every place you go. Floppy. It's
It's a lazy pie.
yeah,
It's a lazy.
because it cooks fast, and
Yeah.
I know a lot of people like the toppings, and that's cool. Like, sure, get some prosciutto on there and shit, but I think far and away, Detroit, New York, Chicago, deep dish, whatever it is better than Neapolitan pizza. It's the worst form of pizza. Can someone name a worse form than Neapolitan?
I had to look it up.
I
This is
can't.
the correct take.
But it's also, I feel like people rave about it too. Like, I feel like it's both bad while people think they're fancy because it's like an Italian word.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're like, oh, it's Neapolitan.
Yeah.
When I think of Neapolitan pizza, I just think of like it's on the menu and it's there. I've never gotten excited over it. Worse, I think deep dish has a case. I don't think deep dish is that good.
Really?
I would probably rather eat a Neapolitan based on like how I'm gonna feel after.
Sure, fine. I won't argue that.
But taste,
taste.
Neapolitan is a boring pizza
Yeah, I think taste-wise, deep dish beats the fuck out of Neapolitan.
for sure. Yes.
Neapolitan to me is. Am I right that that's like, it's like a like thin like crust that has like air in it, and it's like
Yeah,
Correct.
Yeah.
bubbly. I don't mind the.
I
crust
don't
of
like it.
No.
Like what? I guess it comes down to like, what do you eat pizza for? I eat pizza because it's fucking tasty, and I want it to be like thick and have toppings and whatever. But that's
Like-
that's like a delicate like crusty.
Like, do you have like a pizza night
Yeah.
of the week?
Yeah, do it on Fridays. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a pizza Friday. Like, if someone was like, yeah, let's get Neapolitan, I'd be like, oh, I miss my pizza Friday. Like, it just wouldn't
Doesn't
be
count.
not satisfying.
I could eat one of these in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Like
Too
a
much crust.
I don't
Yeah, I
think-
could eat
the-
it.
And I also feel like you can fold it in half, and it's like you should not be able to fold a pizza in half.
Yeah, it's just too, like,
Yeah,
it slides
so
right off. The cheese is
slippery,
just,
yeah.
it's like
The
little,
cheese never sticks on.
No, it's like-
you're always wearing it.
it's like little pitter patters of cheese.
Yeah.
A little squirt. Not squirt, but you know what I mean.
It-
little
like
dabble.
Yeah,
Is that
Yeah.
what pizza's like in Italy? Like this is
a lot of it is. Yeah,
I
a
think
lot
it's-
of it is.
Originates
A lot.
from Naples.
This is actually a take I had when I was out there. United States pizza is a billion times better than Italian pizza. We are the pizza kings. I don't care what. Like, it's Italy, I don't give a shit.
Well, I think that was the thing where they originally made it as like a form of appetizer that just kind of came.
It's
with the table,
typically
right?
an appetizer.
And they would
yeah.
take their dough from the day before
Mm-hmm.
that they didn't sell for bread and be like, like we don't want to waste
Throw
it.
some cheese and sauce on
Yeah,
it.
we'll make something else.
Yeah, and I want to say I know because I filmed the pizza review that Dave did at Spackanopoly, and no disrespect to them, like people like it. It's for someone. This is just my hill that I'll die on. That I think it's the worst. The guy explained that it was for workers and that you're actually supposed to fold it and just eat it kind of like a handhold, like calzone.
Like a
kind of-
calzone?
yes, kind of, which I found interesting.
At
That's
that
how it
point, I'd
originated.
rather just get a calzone.
Yes.
Because
I
it's
lo- I
close.
love a calzone.
Yes,
I haven't had a calzone in years.
I watched
Calzones
at
are
Seinfeld.
fucking good.
I think yesterday, and I almost ordered one this weekend.
Or the Steinbrenner just had
this-
one all the
yeah,
time.
right.
Yeah.
Chief, you're up.
All right, this is an old take I've had. I haven't fought it in a while. I don't understand to this day why you can't have sandals with jeans or pants. Like, I love wearing flip-flops, but it's like I get bullied. I like my feet to be like kind of out, but people, that's like, that is like the number one fashion no-go, and nobody can ever explain why other than like the entire world decided that, ew, it's not good.
I think it is just the most uncomfortable looking look
But it's not.
on planet Earth.
Like, sometimes on a hot day, or if it's like a warmer day and you have like, you don't want to be wearing shorts, but you don't want your feet like sweating walking around. I like having jeans with flip-flops. I don't even really wear jeans anymore, but like, I wish today I'm wearing like they're not joggers. What do you call those? Those Lululemon like ABC like kind of a pant. Like on today when it's going to be 80 and it was like kind of chillier in the morning, I wish I had flip flops on.
Here's a take for you. Real men don't wear sandals.
So yeah, I think that's wrong. You saying Jesus Christ wasn't a real man? Our Lord and Savior is not a real man?
Yes, I am.
Dave, Jesus was a pussy.
Here's my issue with it is you kind of size out your jeans length based upon your shoes. So I feel like then it's a little long and then you're getting
But
underneath.
the
and
new style these days is like it
Up like a
cuts at your
jogger.
ankle.
Yeah.
If you want to wear sandals, wear sandals. I do agree that if you did that, people would be like,
They hate
He
it.
did it at a baseball game. That's where I originally started ripping on him.
So
It was like 95 degrees that day too.
yeah, I don't remember how hot it was. Now, I will say, looking back on that specific day, I don't think I ever need to have open toe shoes where I'm going to be near a urinal ever again.
Yeah.
That's kind of
Great
gross.
point.
Hand up. That was gross. But in general, I think it's fine.
The only time I wear open-toed anything is to like walk the dog inside and outside so he can piss. I'm like making sure I don't see anybody outside.
Yeah, but I don't. Why is that such a thing? Who cares? It's like what now? Like
It's I don't like.
I
sandals
like
in
it.
general,
I do.
especially the thong sandals. I hate the feeling of anything between my toes. Hate it.
That's fine.
But then
I want my feet to breathe a little bit. I think
ugh.
my feet can breathe.
All right, you're up again.
I think the Summer Olympics stink and the Winter Olympics are better. So
I don't think that's.
what?
I think most people think.
Summer get way more attention. Okay. No one likes that one either.
No,
I'm not a huge Olympics guy, so
I don't really
can't
like the
provide.
Olympics in general. Like, I don't think I watch.
that's my hill. I agree with that.
I think the Olympics are.
kinda suck.
I think that's a good.
The Olympics stink. The only reason I do love, and I'm very much looking forward to next winter, where it's like all the best hockey players are back, because they haven't had the Olympics with NHL since 2014.
The last good one.
That was the TJ Oshie. Yeah, like that competition is awesome. So I was like hesitant to say, but they haven't had so there has not been a mildly entertaining Olympics since 2014. The Olympics stink.
And I think I'm not going to speak for you, but in my stance, there are events that I will absolutely lock into. If USA hockey's playing, USA basketball, big game, whatever, I'll watch that. The entire week long, like figure skating, speed skating, snow skiing, whatever, I don't give a fuck at all.
yeah, it's athlete dependent, which is bad.
I agree.
Yeah.
Like Michael Phelps swimming was a
I would watch
cultural
that, yes.
phenomenon,
Yeah.
but I haven't tuned into swimming in fucking
Name another swimmer.
2000. Exactly.
Yeah.
Leah Thomas.
That's cross that off. No tipping picks.
You mean Jake? You mean Jacob? That's-
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to make an entire list of takes White Sox Dave would put on here. One was going to be no swimming.
So Summer Olympics stink.
I think they all stink. I think the Olympics stink. And then it's like they're so crazy about like what is it, DCMA? What's that called? Where they like
You
get
can't tweet
strikes or
anything.
having highlights.
It's just
like,
become a gigantic Western circle jerk.
that too.
I mean, it absolutely has.
So I just kind of hate the Olympics. And even like the USA basketball, like I know this past tournament was
That's getting a lot better.
It was a lot.
that was
Yeah.
more exciting. But if we lose, like I bet you at the start of the tournament we'll be probably like minus 500 to win the whole thing
easy.
or more. So it's like it's where the hockey is you have like realistically 5 countries could win and if they let Russia in. And basketball is just like, well, maybe someone will upset us.
It's a fact that for it to get better, I never want to see us lose, but for it to get more entertaining, we have to lose. Someone has to knock off the United States.
It happened
Yeah.
It happened in 04.
04 Dominican or Puerto Rico
Puerto Rico beat us,
Puerto
and then I
Rico.
think it was Argentina beat us in the actual
with
tournament.
Nocioni. Maybe.
I think almost there should be like a separate like world games for all of these big sports. You know what I mean? Like why is gymnastics in the same thing as basketball? Like we should just have a basketball world classic fighting for gold. No,
Yeah.
why are we getting together as a world and being like who can do the rings?
the tradition
best?
is
No one
what you're-
cares about the rings.
Yeah, I
Going
agree.
on for like 2,000 years, right?
They did them like in ancient Greece, and
Yeah.
then they brought them back in like the late 1800s.
Yeah.
But there was like a Probably
Couple-
almost a 2,000
couple
year gap.
1,500-year gap. Yeah, maybe. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, the Olympics stinks.
That's a good pick.
Back to
I
me.
don't
This
think it's like an outlandish one though. I think most people kind of think.
But when the Olympics come on, people all of a sudden are locked the fuck in. They're like, oh, I love this time of year. This is
Kind of everything else shuts
It
down.
feels-
though.
Yeah, I
Summer, it's only baseball. Winter,
I can't
like,
tell
NHL
you-
stops. You know,
I can't tell you how many people are like, you guys got to do an Olympics draft. And I'm like,
Of what?
just don't.
Michael Johnson's
Yeah, I
golden
just
cleats.
don't. Yeah, I
Yeah.
just don't.
I don't.
The only one someone did recommend doing one that like sports that should be Olympic sports. Now that would be fun, even if it's
Yeah.
not
It would be a
sports.
fun
Yes.
That would be
like
better.
like activities that
Yes.
But then it's like I feel like I would Google and be like, oh, that already is. Fucking breakdancing as a sport? Cool.
Yeah, but
You
it
know,
could be
like-
like, I don't know, you can make it fun, like
Yeah.
cooking a perfect steak or something. I don't know, you know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
like stupid shit like
Yeah.
that.
That would be
that'd be
great.
way better
Yeah.
than the fucking
yeah, for
Olympics.
sure.
The World Eating Games.
Yeah,
World Cooking Games.
Yeah, I like that.
That's awesome.
Be sick.
Biggest belly flop. Shit like I don't know,
Yeah.
random shit.
Make
Yeah.
the Olympics fun again.
Agreed.
Build the hat. Make the hat.
Make the hat.
Back to me. This is probably my least controversial one, and I think everyone in here will agree. At least I hope. Always hire movers.
Love that take.
Don't be a hero.
Yep.
If you're moving, get fucking movers. You know it's better than saving a couple bucks, keeping your fucking L5 disc in place.
Yeah. And don't ask me to fucking help.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Don't bother your friends. Just hire movers. It's worth it 100 million times out of 100 million times.
Yes.
Maybe this service already exists, but I would love when I hire the movers, like you have a separate, like some interior designer or somebody come in and like they put all your kitchen stuff away. They set up your furniture in the way that it should be set up. So like
That'd be great too.
undoing the box, like getting the stuff in there, great. But even when you finally like you're all packed up, you're moving, all your stuff is in the new place, you're like, fuck, I still have 4 hours of work to do.
Yeah.
I want somebody to just be like, it's a turnkey operation.
after?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
You're onto
that.
something.
Yeah.
You want to go into business together?
No.
Nah.
We're in business enough together.
And I do think like one item like fine. Like maybe you could be like, all right, it's just one thing,
Yeah.
depending on how backbreaking it is.
Yeah, but it's like, well, this doesn't matter to you, but like when you're moving, like you have the dog, so like the dog's in your car and somebody like it's just like it's so
Yeah,
yeah.
it's a lot.
I hired Jacob and Katic to move for me the other day.
Oh,
It was a situation where we moved in every single thing except for couch and bed, and I was like, Jacob and Katic, how much do you want to come move this? For
How
me?"
much did you guys
It took
charge him?
15 minutes.
It was a good rate, generous rate.
Okay, good.
$50 every 15 minutes.
was it a favor or were you hired for a job, Jacob? Because if it was a favor, I'm anti. If you're like, hey, I'll make some money on this, sure.
He came and offered money initially.
And came and picked you up. And
Yes,
yeah, it was like, I
yes.
need someone stronger than me to carry this bed up 3 flights of stairs.
It was a bit of both. I wanted to help Tate because he's a friend, but I also like probably would have said no if to doing it for free.
Did any part of you feel like, oh, Tate thinks I'm strong? He's me and Katic, two strongest guys in the office.
Yeah, being in the same boat as Katic in Tate's mind was a compliment.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty straightforward. Tate.
All right. I am going with fantasy football sucks.
I love this pick.
Yeah.
There is so, and don't get me wrong, I love obviously gambling way
Yeah.
better. DraftKings like prop bets or Pick6, like week to week DFS, whatever it may be. There's a million ways to enjoy putting money on sports every Sunday, but the idea of putting down 100, 200, 500, whatever over a 17-week season. There are way too many people so fucking obsessed with like, oh, it's the draft. It's we get together, we bet on the horses, and then we get our order of picks. And dude, if someone gets hurt in the first week, your season's over. No one gives a fuck.
I also just don't like watching football that way. Like, I don't want to have to be like I'm watching a random game that I don't care about and be like, oh, I wish they would throw it to fucking, Pacheco or something. Like I just don't.
But you're rooting for that for a gambling bet.
But I would
Pacheco
only
for a touchdown.
But maybe this is the way I gamble. I probably only have a few props where I'm checking it. Whereas fantasy football, you have 14 guys on your roster.
And then
So
you
it's
play the game where you're like, oh, he's doing well, but then that fucks up my spread if they score. Then there's too much going on. I will say the one thing, Tate, that is wrong with that argument is you're paying to keep a friendship alive.
That's exactly what it is.
You're paying money to keep in touch with your high school boys, and there is a nice thing about that group chat popping off again.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
You're 100%. I do. I'm in one league that's been alive for 20 years with my friends from Ohio.
Yeah.
And we get together every Labor Day and we golf and then we do the draft. But then I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but that's why I think it's good though. Like that's why I think that's a
fair.
counterpoint. Now I think fantasy football culture sucks. If you're one of those guys that are yelling about you need 0.5 more from sure, but that also, and I don't get me wrong, I prefer to gamble, but that's become gambling culture too. People are sitting there like,
I can't stand it.
I still need 3.5 more yards from Mark Andrews. You know, that is happening both with fantasy and gambling.
There are two things I cannot stand when people just randomly bring up. It's what they dreamed about last night. I don't know why. It just makes my skin crawl 100% of the time. It's like, I don't care what you dreamed about. And then fantasy football or gambling. I do not care how much money you have on this game. I hate you that you even told me that. So I like the pick.
I hate I'm going against so-and-so in fantasy today. It's like, I'm watching the Browns. I'm cheering.
Oh,
for the
big
Browns.
rivalry.
Sure, it's people who talk about it. That's the issue.
Yeah.
Fantasy football's cool, but it's just the people have.
I haven't done it in
The week to week is so like DraftKings, like daily fantasy. It's like you get your salary cap and you pick your matchups that week, and then you can win $1 million or whatever.
Yeah.
I do not do the wake up and try and get the waiver wires right, and I'm trying to make.
Yeah. Like that, but that's what I'm saying. That goes back to like you're in a $100 league with your buddies, and it's more about just staying in touch.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Dave.
This is a take I've had for a while as well. I don't know if this has been as dissected. It definitely hasn't as the Denzel take, but I have started this show probably 5-7 times, and I can't get through like any of it. The Wire is the most overrated thing I've ever.
Oh, fuck you.
Bad take.
I've gotten the
Worst take of the draft.
So bad.
That makes it a good pick though. I will fucking stand on this hill.
But you
alone
haven't
if
watched
I need
it
to.
though.
I have
That's
gotten.
the thing.
That's
I
the
have
problem.
gotten through.
He needs Denzel in it. And then watch it.
The part where he hangs himself on the doorknob in the prison. That I was like, what the fuck am I watching? I couldn't get past it. I'm like, this is so bad. This is so dumb.
You've never seen the whole thing.
I've tried 1,000,000 times. I can't do it. I just can't do it.
I haven't finished The Wire either. I struggle with season 2. I love season 1. I've heard that's like common, right?
Everybody says
People
get
don't
past,
like it.
yeah.
I love to, but
Okay.
continue.
I like to.
But I can't sit here and be like The Wire stinks because I really haven't given it a shot.
I'm saying it because I can't get to that point. Like I physically have tried so many times to get past season 2, and I just every time I start it, I'll fall asleep within the first. I'll get through a few episodes, and then it'll just other life happens, and I'll stop watching it for whatever. I've tried. I can't do it. It bores me way too much.
I think I've watched The
fucking bores
Wire
me.
from season 1 to I think it's 5 seasons.
Yep.
Like 3 times.
Mhm.
It's in my top 5 shows.
A lot of people's top 5.
HBO
I
shows.
understand that I am like on an island with this take. I understand that.
It's so fucking good.
It's amazing.
I've tried. I fucking can't do it.
And I think it's
can't
one of the
do it.
best endings too.
The
Like,
fact
the
that-
way it all, don't you love how it just all comes together at the end?
It's
Maybe I'll
perfect.
try again after NBA and NHL.
Try it, dude. It's such a perfect ending.
And the fact that the knock is that season 2 isn't good, and we still get the Sabatkas and that whole I think season 2 is still a good show.
Me too. Yeah, like everyone knows someone like Ziggy Zapatka.
Yeah.
Everyone knows someone like that kid
Yes, 100%.
who's just a fucking dickhead, but his dad is powerful and
Wild card.
like
Yeah,
makes his life.
yeah, Dave, that's a bad take.
If he completed it, I'd be able to digest it more. But I know your point is I can't complete it. so that's
I
fine.
try to complete it. I can't complete it.
Do you like other shows that are a slow burn?
Sopranos. That's a slow burn for sure.
Later seasons are.
I put that in a very similar ballpark as The Wire, The Sopranos.
All right, Mook, you're up.
I would
Okay.
bet I haven't seen it, but Mad Men's probably a slow burn.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think I'd like Mad Men. I just haven't. I got through 10 seconds before I fell asleep. Never tried again, but I'm sure I'd like it.
Okay.
Okay, so I get 2 here, right?
Yep.
All right. I'm going to start with this one. This is a special one in my heart. I'm allowed how do I phrase this? It's okay to wear your shirt in the pool and to the beach. I have tits. You don't want to see them. I don't care what your take is on just let it hang out, bro. I'm insecure. Let me wear my shirt in the pool. Let me wear my shirt to the beach. It's not coming off. I'm not taking my shirt off. I will keep my shirt on during sex if I have to. My shirt is my armor. It's my weapon. It's my tool. It's not that I'm insecure, and also I'm very pale. I don't want to deal with sunscreening up my entire body. I think wearing your shirt at the beach and in the pool is okay.
I think you could just use that as an excuse. You don't even have to talk about the tits. Like, hey guys, like me in the sun.
People are assuming.
I don't mix with the sun either, so I love the tape.
Well, here's the thing though. What's fucked up is kids really don't deal with this anymore.
Yeah, this goes to the bullying thing.
Swimming shirt.
They all wear those swim shirts. It's like, motherfucker.
Yeah.
If we had those, like, you know.
I luckily had rash guards and swim shirts, but like even today, like I was in the
Rash guards.
A rash guard.
It's a rash guard. You know what a rash
I've
guard?
never heard of that.
You guys
I've never heard of a swim shirt.
You wear a dental dam in the pool?
You never.
What are you doing?
You never been boogie boarding? You had a
Yeah, I
rash
have.
guard. You put on one of those. It's like an Under Armour type of deal.
No.
It's like a swim shirt. Oh,
Never
we
heard
gotta
of
get-
it.
We got to get you guys.
A
kid
rash
up
guard
some
for
rash guards.
kids. What is a rash guard?
This is something that like I still go to beaches and pools today, and people are like, "Dude, what the fuck are you doing?" It's like, let me be comfortable. You know what I mean? I'll jump in a Phillies jersey. Let me just have fun. Let me have a good time.
I'm fine with that. As a new fat, I'm also very fine with that.
Yeah, I got you. Bro.
I'm in.
So this rash guards just look like what I would call a swimming shirt.
Yeah, I think it might be another name,
Okay.
but it's meant to save your belly
From
from
the
getting a rash on the
Board,
boogie board.
Okay.
All right. You're up. Last pick of the draft.
Okay, this is tough. I have a lot of honorables I think I'll get. But I'm going to go with this one. I will tip 20 to 25% regardless of service at restaurants. Even if it's piss poor, I don't have it in me to like
I agree with that.
skim someone. I know it's a tough job. Even if you're an asshole to me and the food's bad, you're going to get 20, 25%.
If you get 20% from me, you fucked up bad.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the floor.
Mm-hmm.
What is that one more time? Sorry. It was big.
I will tip 20 to 25% regardless of service.
Yeah.
I think, obviously, I think we'd probably all, you can't even die on this hill because everyone agrees tipping culture has become out of fucking control, right? Like the turnaround and.
The iPad tipping is
Large had a great blog on this.
Really?
Yeah, Large. Yeah. But like, I think there are people that think that. Yes.
The iPad bill is costing service industry members from me.
Because you automatically go to 25%, right?
Or whatever the highest
Yeah,
one is.
right.
Where if I'm just writing it out and I'm trying to do math in my head, I don't.
Fuck it. Here.
I'll just, I'll be like, this might be 30. Like, and I'll get like from Capital One or, they'll be like, did you mean to tip 45%? It's like, no, I did not, but yes, I did. So, so they're costing themselves money, but yeah, I think that's fine, Mook. If you tip under that, you're just a dickhead.
Yeah. Does anyone have? I'm 20%. 20%. I didn't know that was low. I thought that was the move. Is 20%?
No, I think
That's what they
20% is
say.
like standard.
Yeah.
But
right.
I'm with you. Whether it was like you fucking waited on your food and then she took forever. It's 20%.
I could have came over and like titty twisted me, and I'm still gonna give you 20.
Yeah.
Like I don't care. Like if you could be an asshole to me, you could spit in my
Yeah.
fucking food. I'm still like
20 is going to happen.
20%.
For sure.
Do you know anyone that does like based on
Well-
on performance? Like if you see
that is the most egregious slander you could possibly give someone.
Yeah, Nick and Kyle started a
He-
rumor
he
that I
ti-
didn't tip on anus, and now I'm on. A,
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm
That's
on a-
Oh, so this is your way of getting it out.
no,
to
but it's
people.
also something like my mom. Like we were born. I was she was a bartender forever. I worked in the restaurant industry. I've just never like been to the point where I'm like, yeah, she deserves 10%. Like I can't.
No,
you know what I
the
mean?
real tipping question I have is if you tip off The final total or the subtotal? Excuse me.
I have final total.
I think I'm
100%.
final.
Yeah.
Some people are big time subtotal. Yeah,
So like they remove the tax?
They remove the tax, yes.
Oh, I didn't know that was a thing.
There's a big conglomerate of people who
It's
are subtotal
weird
people.
being in Europe where tipping's not really a thing. Like you
I
can go out
feel
and spend
guilty.
$300 on an awesome meal and you just leave like €10. And that's
not
like
supposed
the
to.
kind of expectation, yeah. And you don't, but I walk away from that table with like my heart in my stomach because I just ripped these people off. And
But
but
it's
if you
just the way
go
it is.
beyond that, they think you're the dickhead a lot of times.
Yeah, like you're showy. About
Yeah, like, oh, he's showing off his money. Like, I don't need this. Yeah, it's like different.
Hey, bring that to America. Shit.
Yeah.
I also had this like revelation about when you're getting a coffee and they have the tip thing, and I was always like, I'm not giving 25%. Like you just poured a coffee, like, and then it's like when you look at it, it's like you're basically drawing a line over like 14 cents. And so now I just tip the maximum for coffee too, because it's like,
I just automatically go $1 for coffee.
or whatever they But if it's like
You guys are
18, 22, 25 or whatever, I used to be on 18. Like all you did was pour a drip coffee, but now I'm like I'm being petty about their service when it's really the difference is like a quarter.
Oh, you guys have folded the coffee places now?
I have.
Oh,
You haven't gotten there yet?
no. I
So you
haven't
don't
folded.
tip.
I fuck
Yeah. So
Anus
you're a
was
bad
right.
tipper. Yeah.
Not what I'm getting, dude. If I'm already paying $6-7 for a cold brew, and you did your job,
Especially if it's like, you know, one of the global coffee chains that I'm pretty sure their workers get like benefits and stuff, don't they?
Starbucks.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Starbucks used to give health care.
iPad tipping is out of control, like you guys said. I can't.
I won't do it
I'll do it sometimes if they're like exceptionally nice, but I'm talking like going out to eat at a restaurant.
if the brief is in love with you.
Yeah.
The one
and
She leaves his number in the
Yeah.
notes.
the one that drives me nuts right now is go to a baseball game. I was at the Guardians game Friday, and you go grab your Miller Lite out of the thing, and then you go check it out
All by yourself.
all by yourself, and then the person at the checkout turns around and is like, "How much you like to tip? Do I get
None.
to take it off my fucking bill?"
No. In that situation, that's a zero.
I agree.
That's a zero.
So tipping 20% on service every time. Dave, you're up.
This is one that I am very glad that I could get in the 5th round. I thought there was a chance it could get plucked in the 1st round by the guy to my right or the guy 2 to my right, but luckily for me it wasn't. I'm saying this, and this is something I stand very true and tried for. College is the biggest fucking scam on earth. Boom, lock it up, give me the draft. It's a fucking gigantic scam. They teach you to go to school for 12, 14 fucking years, whatever it is, and get a mountain of debt worth a fucking mortgage of a house as soon as you graduate with nothing on the horizon after that. And they tell you that's the good thing to do.
Can I rephrase?
Please do.
I like the pick, and I agree with you. College is a scam is such a blanket like universe. College is not for everyone. You do not have to go to college.
Totally.
I will die on that hill. There are ways to become very successful that you don't have to spend $100,000 in debt to. But some people need to go to fucking college, dude.
yes.
Sure.
That's all.
But as a whole, the whole college experience, and I don't want to.
The price of college is a scam.
The price of
100%.
college is a scam. I think rarely at this point the juice is ever worth the squeeze of whatever degree. Or obviously there are tracks like if you're going to be a lawyer, doctor,
Yeah, you gotta go to
college is obviously necessary. But if you're going to some dog shit liberal art school like I did and getting a degree in sports fucking management, you just wasted $100,000 bill. It's the biggest fucking ripoff of all time, and you should not do it. They actually asked me to come speak at my college for the sports management like department or whatever it was.
You have to go.
This was like 6-7 years ago, and I'm like, absolutely not, unless you want me to come in there and tell all these kids that they should actually get degrees in like accounting or econ instead of whatever bullshit this is, because they're not going to do anything with this degree. If you want me to come and tell them that, I would be glad to.
Let me tell you this though. Did you think you wasted your degree? Did you
Totally.
learn life lessons? Did you learn how to live on your own? Did you learn how to drink? Did you learn how to
No, I didn't do any of that.
No?
No. I went to school 3 miles from my house, from where I grew up.
Okay, because I think college, even though it was a waste for me in the end.
Where did you go?
Temple University.
Okay.
Socially, it's worth its weight.
Socially, it's kind of like the bullying thing where it's like you learn life.
I understand all that. I am glad I met all my friends in college. I had an awesome time in spite of going to a small school. Like, my high school was bigger than my college. They're the same size or so. But, like, all in all, like, I wish I never stepped foot on that campus. Not, like, there's not one day that goes by that I'm like, I wish I wouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
So you wish, in hindsight, you just joined the workforce at 18.
I wish that
'Cause
I
I-
would have taken up, because everybody's going to be like, Dave's so fucking dumb. I got good grades in high school, so I could have pretty much gone anywhere I wanted because of baseball. I was getting recruited for baseball, and they could get you in if you're an athlete, you know? And I wish and if you went to a junior college where I grew up, you were looked down upon. Like, if you weren't going to a Big Ten school or some fancy hoity-toity expensive
Yeah, but answer my
school,
question. If you,
I
would you
wish
join the
that I
workforce at
would.
18?
No, I wish I would have gone to junior college, played baseball, and then reassessed. That, me personally, because I loved baseball, and there was no chance I wasn't playing beyond high school at some level. I wish I would have done that and then reassessed after junior college, because you can make that.
Yeah.
You can handle a student loan from College of DuPage. You know.
I think inexpensive gap years should be more common. I think it should be more common to be like, I'm going to take a year to figure it out, and I'm going to work a pizza job and fuck around for a year and be like, what do I actually want to do? Because they make you pick your major when you're 17, 18 years old.
You have no fucking clue what you're doing.
No idea.
None.
I agree, but I don't hate that idea, but I also feel like I didn't know any different at 20 that I did at 19 or 21 versus 19.
True, but that time could be the difference
25.
between taking out a $30,000 loan
Totally.
and
That-
not.
That to me is the scam.
It's that's correct. That's where my angst comes from, is that it's socially taught, and like in the United States, that you go to college and then after college you are expected, or after high school you're expected to go to college.
I don't think it's taught. I think it's just you just don't care. Sure, take out the loan. Like, I'll pay it back.
That
We'll be
that's-
making-
But you don't have.
I'll be making
understanding
money.
of
when
for sure, you're
when
right.
I was getting recruited by North Central for baseball, I'm like, it was $35,000 a year to go,
Yeah.
and they're like, here's what you got to do to be able to afford this. I'm like, and they're like, okay. So they're like, you can't afford this if you do X, Y, and Z. You'll start having to pay these loans back 6 months after you graduate. I'm like, okay, that sounds great. That is 4 fucking years from now. I don't care. That might as well be 40 years from now, you know?
Yeah.
And then that day comes, you're like, holy shit, that was a waste of fucking money.
I do think the stigma is dying, because there used to be a stigma where it was like if you didn't go or you went to community, you were a bum.
Exactly.
Correct.
I think that's
I think it's
dying
starting to
more.
die.
The directional schools in like Eastern Illinois, Western Illinois, Southern Illinois, they're all really struggling right now. Like enrollment's plummeting because people are finally coming to Jesus and realizing what a bullshit fucking.
I think there's a piece of what everyone's saying that's 100%. Like, Mook, you're right. Going to college is when you learn to do a lot of social things, how to grow up, how to be on your own.
It's huge.
But like, so if I was to give advice, like, of people coming up, to go to Ohio State, it's expensive, it's hard to get in, whatever. You can get that Ohio State experience, live on campus or live in Columbus, where you can go to Columbus State Community College, still get your fucking degree.
Yeah.
I really don't think it matters right now. Like, if I applied for a job, I don't think they care what that was.
No.
15 years ago, who cares what my diploma says? I got a college degree. I do think a lot of people should get a college degree. It is very affordable to do it in certain ways that don't include going to a Division I school
right.
and paying $130,000.
But
Those ways are kind of like hidden from.
But this is like, I value the education, but it's like not at these numbers. That's we did a
bloat
podcast.
is crazy.
We did a podcast years ago now. There's a website called What the Fuck Happened in 1971. A Harvard tuition in 1971 was $2,600 a year.
What's that with inflation?
It's like incremental, like
Minuscule, I'm sure, right?
as like part of your purchasing power. It was not
Right.
something outrageous. Like, people could afford to go to Harvard. And now it's just like, you can't.
Yeah.
Like, you just can't. And it's like the education is either the same or worse, and you're paying way, way, way more. And that goes for every school. Harvard is like the gold standard, which is why I picked that. So you're getting, not only is it more expensive, but you get less out of your education than you used to. California, when Reagan was the governor, so in the 60s, he raised tuition for California state schools from $0 to like $500 a year, and people threw a fucking fit about it. And now it's like they might have been right, because that just became a slippery slope. And now I want, what's Cal Berkeley's tuition now?
God.
Easy $50,000.
Yeah.
Is that a private? That's part of this Cal state system.
So in state it's just about $15,000. Out of state is $45,000 a semester.
Insane.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember getting into schools and I was like, you don't have a concept of money at like 17.
No,
So-
it's non-existent. It's
like
like
I
non-existent.
got into like IU and I was like, oh, I'm going to go to IU. And then my parents were like, yeah, you got $50,000 a year and flights back and forth and all this shit. And I was like, oh, I guess I'll stay local.
I remember my freshman year. So I worked in a factory the summer before college and the summer after college. And it was the first paycheck I got that was 4 digits. And I'm like, I am fucking rich.
loaded.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I skipped several classes. And then my dad was like, do you understand how hard you worked? And then you skip those classes and you break it down by credit hour, how much it costs. It was 3 weeks of your pay in the summer that because you just were hungover, didn't want to go to class. And it's like, fuck, that's a good, that's a good point.
That's a great-
how expensive it actually is to skip one class.
A professor actually, I remember, broke that down first day of our accounting class my senior year.
Yeah.
He was like, if you skip, this is how much you're missing. But I think someone brought this take up. Going to college and I think PFT actually brought it up. I saw it on Twitter. I would go to college now and learn something.
Oh, if I could, I would be at every single class, front of the class, taking notes.
Yeah, I'd be more interested now in learning history
I agree
or
with that.
I don't
For
know,
sure.
some type of
We're more
skill.
mature.
I'm
Yeah.
that for sure.
We're more mature.
Yeah.
I
Tate.
was the worst student of all time in college.
Yeah.
Tate, you're up.
Horrifically bad.
All right, I am going to go with, for my final pick, football should be played outside.
Love this.
I know the Bears are in the discussions. The Cleveland Browns are having discussions. Football, to me, it starts with the tailgating, and that is when it is cold outside and you're in the parking lot and you got the grill out and you're drinking beer, and then you go into the stadium and you got to play in the elements, and it might rain and it might snow and you can see the breath. And I think we're all Midwest guys here, to the point.
I love a
that-
gray sky.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I hate, one thing I hate is whether it be the NFL or college now too. What's up, Dave?
It's just we got a little snort act.
I think liking a gray sky is just an objectively funny thing to say. I do too.
Yeah.
I hate that the sport changes when it becomes the highest stakes. The AFC Championship might be in Buffalo and it's fucking blizzarding out, and then you get to go play in a dome down in New Orleans for the Super Bowl.
I don't see if the Bears magically were in the Super Bowl and it was like that South Carolina Notre Dame game. Was that South Carolina? That was the monsoon.
No, NC State.
NC State.
Yeah, it was in a hurricane.
In the hurricane, and the Bears lost because it was like that, and that's the biggest game in the.
That kind of happened.
I don't like this.
I'm kind of with both of you on this.
Super Bowl inside, fine. Every other football game,
I don't want a team to win the Super Bowl because the weather neutralized what they do.
I'll walk that back a little bit. The hill I'm dying on is that, let's play football. Let's quit building these domes and let's play. Detroit, play outside. Cleveland, you got to come to Cleveland and play in Cleveland Brown Stadium outside. That is how football is to be played.
I agree largely.
I like that too.
But I agree largely.
Had a late night drunken weekend in my garage a couple years ago, and I was like, if we move to Arlington, I don't want a dome. And they're like, you are the biggest idiot in the fucking world.
So this is like soccer take chief. I feel like they have it figured out, where every stadium over there is like the Cowboys, where the stands are covered, you're dry, you might be cold, but you're dry. And then if it's raining, if it's a monsoon, that's happening on the field. They never cover, the field is never covered. There's no domes in Europe. And I feel like that's the happy medium, because you can also trap the noise in,
Yeah.
better.
They're doing that at Ryan Field, the new one.
But
They're soccer guys.
The problem is that it's not it's not as much totally a football thing anymore. It's all about getting Taylor Swift.
Yep,
and
you can host
Final
the
Four.
Final Four.
But just make it like, hey, you can have that, but you have to have a retractable. And when it's NFL Sunday, that roof is open.
Yes. Apparently, I'm the biggest moron in the
No,
world.
I'm with you on that because like it's like become a cliche or like a meme to talk about bear weather.
Have
I love
you
talking
seen the
about
Bears
bear weather.
record when it's under 32 degrees?
I'm sure it's horrible.
It's
That's
like
a function of the
5
Bears. That's like that the
But
Bears.
it's under 32. Bears can't lose.
Their record, if it was 80 and sunny, would be the exact same.
Right, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this take.
I like it too. If you had doubled down and said it should also be played on grass, I would.
Be in.
Yeah, in.
It's to me. I need one more, and
Do your take, Ed.
no, that's honorable mention.
Do your
Grow a nutsack, Ed.
What do you mean grow a nutsack? All my takes have been legit hills here. I'll give that honorable mention. I don't mind saying it again. I just don't want to pick it as this.
You just don't want it on the graphic.
No, I don't care about that.
Yeah,
What do you
yeah.
mean? It's my whole life. Everywhere I go, there's dogs, and everyone makes jokes. What the fuck do I care? Dogs should be like it's okay to like dogs a proper amount. That's not the pick, but
The
that's my
proper
thing.
amount is to love them
Oh,
unconditionally and
Yeah.
rub their ears and lick their face. That's the appropriate amount.
All right, sure.
All right, what's your?
Am I wrong?
I don't lick their face.
No, let them lick your face.
Go ahead, what's your pick?
Donuts are dessert. Like so many of these, like donuts, cinnamon rolls.
Like you wanted a menu after a steakhouse?
Yeah, I think that would be good. That'd be a nice touch. I mean, there's some like Mexican donuts that do that.
Like a churro?
Yeah, but I like have that. But just like these sweet, like pancake, like those are all like they're desserts. Like they should get more playing time in the dessert faction of life.
I think their sales would go down. I think
Sure
I think they like how they're labeled.
But I think that would be nice to.
I don't know what you're even trying to argue.
I think the sweet variety of breakfast foods that we have are just desserts.
They are.
French toast,
Yes.
chocolate chip pancakes. I see what you're saying, but donuts originally spawned as a coffee. Dunk
Correct,
this in your
yeah.
coffee, which I love.
Just
I'm a
just
dunker big time.
It's the old fashioned, like
I
no
think
glaze, nothing.
That's
Yeah,
my
no-
favorite
yeah.
donut. It's
Yeah,
old-fashioned
you're
donut.
right. And like, but donuts have gone. Like that's not.
Donuts are too much.
They've taken over the donuts from that. They left
Yeah.
a while ago.
I had a donut last week that made me take a nap for 2 hours. They're evolving at a rapid rate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of sugar. I wouldn't mind like a nice steakhouse and you eat a chocolate peanut butter donut.
Could you imagine
They're,
that?
they're
dude?
cake.
Could you
They're
ima-
a different shaped
That's
cake.
what I'm saying. A
Yeah.
nice steakhouse. And it's like, sir, would you like this chocolate chip pancake? I'm like, yeah, absolutely.
Fuck yeah.
let me-
I disagree with the pancake because I think bacon and maple syrup is breakfasty.
yeah, but I don't. Yeah,
Maple syrup is just sugar.
yeah,
Yeah.
True.
that's true.
Elves, it's an elf food group.
Yeah.
Like cinnamon rolls, the fact that people like Cinnabon has always been like a great mall spot, but the fact that people eat it for breakfast, I'm like, really? That's kind of interesting.
I'm anti cinnamon bun.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They're too much. They're too much.
Cinnabon's awesome.
Yeah. But they're like, I am averse to things that make a mess. Like when you're eating.
Yeah.
So
I got you.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's mine.
Okay.
Chief, you're up. What's your last pick?
I talk about this all the time. I will probably never stop talking about it, but college football realignment should be illegal.
That's really good.
I hate it. I hate when it's like USC and UCLA are playing in the Big Ten tournament for basketball. If you want to do a separate league for football, I am like kind of resigned to the fact that it's too far gone. But like, there is no reason why UCLA should be playing Indiana or whoever in the Big Ten tournament for basketball or any of the other sports. I hate it for football too. There's a rumor going around now that USC is going to discontinue their series with Notre Dame because they're now we play enough Midwest games, and it's like, okay, but like that rivalry's been going on for it's like 98 years, and I think this coming year will be 99, and that's the last contractually obligated Notre Dame USC game. They're going to stop that rivalry just short of 100 years because they have to play fucking Purdue. Like, give me a break. The realignment has ruined college football.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to
disagreement
argue
there.
differently. So
Yeah.
it's one of those. That's one of those things that we've.
Rutgers is in the same conference as Oregon.
What? Like, why even
Fuck
have?
are we
What is the conference?
Yeah.
It's just
And it's called the Big Ten still, and there's fucking how is it 16 or 18?
They don't appreciate
know how
gray
many
skies. Neither one of those appreciate gray skies.
Portland. I know it's not Portland, but they might.
There's so many,
Not our kind of gray skies.
Not our exactly.
there's so many like monetary arguments, time arguments, all that, and they all make sense. The one argument that I don't think gets brought up enough is I thought it was pretty fucking cool to have kind of like a champion of the West Coast.
Yes.
Champion. Like, hey, I know Ohio State's the best team in the Midwest, but you see what this USC team out there with Reggie Bush is doing?
Yeah.
And every once in a while, you'd get like one huge marquee, like non-conference game. But really, the first time you ever saw a Pac-10 team play an
Rose
SEC
Bowl.
team, or a Rose Bowl, obviously Big Ten,
Yeah.
but was the BCS National Championship.
Yeah.
How is Nebraska gonna do against Florida? You can't deal with that SEC speed. Well, now Ohio State plays Texas the first fucking week of the season.
Yeah.
They play Bama and Georgia.
Yeah. I don't
mind
No,
big-
this is like one of the bullying things where we've talked about this so many
I know.
times.
Yeah.
Like, I think we're all on the same page.
Yeah.
It sucks.
It sucks. It sucks. And it used to be like you were saying, like every conference had like kind of an identity. Like the Big 12 doesn't play any defense.
Yeah.
You know, like, and it's so it was
Big
like
10 runs the ball. You know
right.
what I mean?
Like we're
Physical.
gonna watch Iowa punt on the 30 on going in.
Yep.
On the 31 and try to pin them
But
deep.
can LSU handle that type of game? you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. It sucks.
Good point.
Mook, what honorable mentions do you have?
Oh, I got a bunch. Nice guys always lose. Gingers have souls. Cable TV is always superior to having
That's
8
true.
different streaming services.
Fact.
They forced me out of it though.
I switched to streaming because of like the Chicago regional sports, and I'm sad about it every day.
It sucks. I miss cable. I love a hotel room cable is like my peak life, but that's a different story. The video you sent me on Instagram isn't good. I think
Tell all the girls. Tell your girlfriend.
they all suck.
Yeah.
Stop spamming me with reels. Lunch is a scam.
Elaborate.
I don't want to eat a gigantic meal in the middle of the day.
Okay.
It doesn't help me get through the day. It actually stifles my productivity. You can just eat breakfast, snack throughout the day, then dinner. 3
I don't
meals a
know
day
if
is
I've ever
bullshit.
eaten lunch one time in my entire life. Actually, I've nibbled. I've
There's
snacked.
no chance.
You
that-
went to school, Dave.
I'm joking. But no, I don't eat lunch really.
I have 4 more. Golf is gay, and it's embarrassing to care about your handicap. Marvel is not good. Diner coffee is elite, and don't text me, just yo. Tell me what's going on.
All very good.
I mean, Mook, you could have won the draft with all those.
I think I fucked up this draft.
Yeah, I think your honorable mentions are better than your
I think
regular
so.
picks. Chief.
I had no more service animals on flights. Like that to me, like my sister comes to mind for this. She has her dog listed as a service animal. Her dog is deaf. It provides no service. She just doesn't want to do like the transport. If you want to have, I'm fine with having the dog in the flight, but you need to like buy it a seat and it has to sit next to you and it also has to be quiet. Like you can't have like and I feel like people abuse that and it bothers me that they abuse it.
I've abused it. Not
There
a
you go.
flight, however.
I think the Seinfeld finale was not that bad.
Okay.
So people shit on it.
Ooh.
I know.
It was.
No,
And
it was like a clip.
If you
show
compare
for
it
the end.
to the how many episodes were in the final season? Because every one of them were like 10 out of 10
Yeah.
perfection of that final season. Aside from the last episode, you're like, what the fuck? That's how it ended.
Yeah, it had to end it. So I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was that bad. I think the Dune movies stink.
Okay.
I've seen
Agreed.
both of those now. I was just like, there's hardly any dialogue in it at all. Like they don't explain where they are in the first. Like it's just, I didn't get it. And that was really it.
Tate.
I think alternate jerseys suck.
Oh, I love
Wear your
that.
classics. I think breakfast for dinner is trash.
Ooh, I don't.
Oh, I do that like 4
I
times
love,
a week.
I love breakfast.
I like breakfast for breakfast. The wave is lame. Fuck the planet. Paper straws ruin drinks. I think lemon pepper always sounds good on wings, but not.
I love lemon
I
pepper
think
wings.
it sounds great. difference in wine prices do not reflect. Like I can't taste it.
That's trash.
It's
Just kidding.
it's
We did a blind taste test of like a fancy bottle of wine that was probably like $50+ down to Franzia, and I said Franzia was the best one.
I wasn't even
Wow.
talking about that. I was talking about like the wine that you brought back from Italy. You said it was like $8.
You're right.
Yeah,
Right.
That's good.
It was
I mean,
really good.
I bought it directly from the source.
I know, but still.
Yeah.
I think it's rude to recline your seat on an airplane.
Fact.
Yeah.
Barry
100%.
Barry Bonds should be in the Hall of Fame, and COVID saved Jim Harbaugh's job.
Oh.
It might have.
Dave, what else do you have?
Tom Hardy will win a Best Actor Oscar. Chicago is the best city in the United States. And smoking should not be legal, not just be legal, but required in bowling alleys. If you're going bowling, you have to be smoking a cigarette, like at least a pack.
I like that.
So, not just, accepted, but you have to smoke
There are
cigarettes.
certain places where cigarette smoke smells awesome.
Yeah.
Bowling alley. Yeah.
Anywhere outside, and then a bowling alley.
Dude, I walked by a guy today that was ripping a cig, and I was like, holy fuck, that was amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're automatically cooler too.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yep, that's all I got.
Obviously, like I said, it's okay to like dogs the proper amount. The classic Red Ed one, the Charger situation has gone
It
out of
actually
bounds.
went back.
Yeah, but because they didn't Europe pass like a bill. Yeah,
Well, the United States followed suit.
so
yeah.
I can't really bitch about that as much anymore. I have a sandwich can have too much meat.
I agree with this too.
Yeah.
I hate when a sandwich or a burger, like you can't open your mouth wide
Yeah.
enough to eat it. So
Sometimes you're like, oh, they load the meat on. It's like sometimes it's not the best.
too much.
thing. Yes.
Yeah.
And then Puddin' Bay is awesome.
Oh yeah.
It's not
That's my
awesome.
last thing.
It's
awesome.
It's not though. It's fun to do once,
I
and then
do
you never
feel
want to
like
ever go back.
Ed would rather do Puddin' Bay than your Italy trip,
Oh yeah. Oh,
which is
you mean
crazy.
sit and stare at beauty and chill?
drink and eat.
Yeah.
Yeah. You would rather go to Puddin' Bay.
Get me in that fucking pool, dude.
Gross.
That's been
Pissing in
pissed in all fucking week. Have you been there?
Yeah.
He loves it.
Little
He
dirty,
likes it.
but it's very fun.
All right, pull up a text and we'll vote off someone here. Hills I'll die on. Mook, you don't have autism, you just have hobbies. Stop buying flight insurance. The bartender does want me. It's okay to wear a shirt in a pool. Tipping 20% on service every time. White Sox Dave, Denzel plays the same guy in every movie. Chicago Thin Crust is superior to East Coast. N64 is the greatest console of all time. The Wire is the most overrated show of all time. College is
I
a
didn't
scam.
say. I just said Wire's overrated.
Oh, I could have swore it though. You said that, but I'll alterate it. The Wire is overrated. Tate, instant replay ruins sports. Real tickets at sporting events. Bullying can be good. Fantasy football sucks. Football should be played outside. Eddie, all onions should be cooked. A Goofy movie is a top 5 animated movie of all time. Neapolitan pizza is the worst form of pizza. Always hire movers. Donuts are dessert. Chief, charcuterie boards stink. Twitter is great. Sandals with jeans are okay. The Olympics stinks. And college football realignment should be illegal. Mook, you kick us off.
Now, we're judging this based off like
Not necessarily if you don't agree with the taste, but I don't know. It's kind of a hard one to judge, I guess.
Subjective.
Yeah.
like whose hill is the most. This is tough. Honestly, my draft sucked dick. I liked my honorable mentions a lot more. Fuck. Can I skip? Can I skip for now?
I'll vote Mook.
Okay.
Okay,
that's fine.
Tate.
I thought Mook had a bad draft, but also I liked that his were like his personal opinions that he was willing to die on those hills. So I went with White Sox Dave because The Wire's my favorite show of all time.
Okay. One for Dave, one for Mook. Dave, who do you got?
I also have Mook. I like solely based on your honorable mentions. I thought they were all better than your normal picks.
I think they probably.
That's why I went
think
you.
they were.
I took Chief off and added you after.
I think I panicked.
I voted you too, Mook.
Okay.
I just because the same reason I thought your honorable mentions are better.
Okay. I'm gonna go with. I'll follow Tate here, Dave, because The Wire is a good show.
All right. So 3-2 Mook, you were off. Regardless, it's been
that
fun.
Take is me. That's Jon Snow with the sword. I understand.
Mook, thanks.
Thank you for having me.
Tate, thank you.
Boys.
All right. That's it, everyone. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. We will see you all tomorrow.